Shalom, brothers and sisters.
Shalom.
Shalom. We are here live for Sabbath class, Sabbath morning class. We urge anybody that's out there to come be a part of the class, come be a part of the Sabbath class. We are located at 8524 South Braeswood Boulevard, Houston, Texas. Classes from 10 to, what about? 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. So you got plenty of time to get out, take part in this. We just got done with the prayer, so we're going to get into the reading right now. You guys got any questions? Hit us up, live chat on the YouTube live chat at I think it's Kazakia, ISBK. And there's another one as well. But right now we're going to pick up where we left off in the Sabbath reading, which that's what we do every morning. Is we focus on a lot of stories that are in the scriptures we read, because there's a lot of stories that are important. A lot of our history is in this. A lot of our traditions are in this. And so as we go through the Sabbath reading, this allows us to see the things that we're missing out on, because as you see, the world don't support the Most High's word. They got their own thing going on. So that's why it's important for you guys to become a part of this, so that you can see what Israel went through, the battles that Israel went through. You can see a lot of the history, our history. We're not getting taught our history in school. So that's why it's important for us to really get in this book, because this is our history book. So right now we are at Psalms chapter 22, and we're going to start with the reading.
Psalms chapter 22, verse 1.
This is Psalms chapter 22, verse 1. My God, my power, what hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from me? Why art thou so far from helping me, and from the works of my ruin? O my power, I cry in the daytime, but thou hearest not, and in the night season, and am not silent. But thou art holy, O thou that inhabitest the praises of Israel. Verse 4. Our fathers trusted thee. They trusted, and thou didst deliver them. They cried unto thee, and were delivered. They trusted in thee, and were not confounded. But I am a worm in no man, a reproach of men, and despise of the people. And they that see me laugh me to scorn. They shoot out the lip, they shake the head, saying, he trusted on the Lord, that he will deliver him. Let him deliver him, seeing he delighted in him. Verse 9. But thou art he that took me out of the womb. Thou didst make me hope when I was upon my mother's breast. Verse 10. I was cast upon thee from the womb. Thou art my God, my power, from my mother's belly. Be not far from me, for trouble is near, for there is none to help. Verse 12. Many bulls have compassed me, strong bulls of Bashan have beset me round. Verse 13. They gaped upon me with their mouths, as a ravening and a roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels. Verse 15. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws. And thou hast brought me into the dust of death. For dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. I may tell all my bones. They look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them, and cast lots upon my vesture.
Let me just say this too. If you pay attention to the Psalms, David is actually pleading to the Most High on this. So you got to remember, a lot of times when you're going through your situations well, all the time when you're going through situations, it's not about putting matters in your own hands. We gotta remember, the Most High controls everything. So David, being the most wisest king of them all, seeing the wisdom and praying to the Most High because that's what controls everything. So you got to remember that when you're going through your problem. That's why this Sabbath class is important, man. Because as we go through this story, we get to see where each person's spirit, how strong it was with the Most High, not with their own thoughts, not with their own mind, but this is David pleading to the Most High. Right?
Come. Verse 20. Actually, verse 19. This is Psalm chapter 22 and verse 19. But be thou not far from me, O Lord, O my strength, has thee to help me. Deliver my soul from the sword, my darling from the power of the dog. Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation will I praise thee. Verse 23. Yea, that fear the Lord. Praise him, all ye the seed of Jacob. Glorify him and fear him, and ye the seed of Israel. For he hath not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither hath he hid his face from him, neither has he hid his face from him. But when he cried unto him, he heard. My praise shall be of thee in the great congregation. I will pay my vows before them that fear him. The meek shall eat and be satisfied. They shall praise the Lord that seek him. Your heart shall live forever. Verse 27. All the ends of the world shall remember and turn unto the Lord. And all the kindreds of the nations shall worship before thee. For the kingdom of the Lords is the governor among the nations. All they that be fat upon earth shall eat and worship. All they that go down to the dust shall bow before him, and none can keep alive his soul. A seed shall serve him. It shall be accounted to the Lord for a generation. They shall come and shall declare his righteousness unto a people that shall be born, that he hath done this. This is Psalm chapter 23. Psalm chapter 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Verse 4, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Verse 6, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
So in these two chapters that we just read, in the 23rd chapter, it's one of the prayers that we all know. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. You got to see, with all David's power, man, he still gave thanks to the Most High. He still recognized the Most High as being the true power. And that's what we got to do, too. We got to remember this. Like, as we go through our battles, our trials, our tribulations, it's really about us making sure we give our honor to the Most High, even in the things that we're going through. In the battles we go through, in situations, whether it be good or bad, you got to always give thanks to the Most High. So right now we had Psalms chapter 24, verse 1.
Psalms chapter 24, verse 1. The earth is the Lord's, and the fullness thereof, the world, and they that dwell therein. For he hath found it upon the seas, and established it upon the floods. Who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Or who shall stand in his holy place? He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive the blessing from the Lord, and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him, that seek thy face, O Jacob, Salah. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is the King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Salah. Verse 25. Chapter 25, verse 1. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not my enemies triumph over me. Yea, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me. For thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day long. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they have been ever of old. Remember not the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions. According to thy mercy, remember thou me, for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord, therefore will he teach sinners in the way. The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his ways. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth, unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies.
And just to say this too, read that verse you just read.
Verse 10, verse 9. The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his ways.
And see, that's one of the things us as Israelites, we got to remember, man, that meekness is important. We got a lot of prideful people out there who don't understand that it's important for us to have that meekness. We got to have that meekness because that's where the Most High sees us worthy enough to even give us the word. So you got to remember that as we go through the scriptures, as we come up in the rank, and as we come up as brothers teaching, we have to keep that meekness. Go ahead.
Verse 10. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For thy name's sake, O Lord, pardon mine iniquity. For it is great. What man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Mine eyes are ever toward the Lord, for he shall put my feet out of the net. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. O bring thou me out of my distress. Look upon mine affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Consider my enemies, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. O keep my soul, and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in thee. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait on thee. Redeem Israel, O God, out of all troubles.
So in these two chapters we just read, y'all got any questions? You got any questions? We got to see, man, as David's going through these situations, he's not putting matters in his own hands. That's what a lot of Israelites like to do these days. They like to try to put matters in their own hands. They're trying to figure out the solution themselves. They end up getting in more trouble. One of the things that made David wise is because he understood that the Most High controlled everything. Even when it comes to his battles, his situations, his problems, it wasn't him complaining to the Most High. It was him pleading to the Most High to examine him, to see, his heart and his mind is proving itself to show to the Most High that I'm still here. I'm still focused. I got these situations. Don't let me be ashamed. I'm trusting in you. And that's what we got to remember. As we get these notes, as we get these teachings, we got to make sure that when the problems occur, you're supposed to go right back to the notes. right back to the teachings. Because that's how we get closer to the Most High, is by staying and following the methods that the elders laid down. So right now we're at Psalm chapter 26, verse 1. Judge me, O Lord, for I have walked in my integrity. I have trusted also in the Lord. Therefore I shall not slide. Examine me, O Lord, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes, and I have walked in thy trust. I have not sat in thy truth. I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblers. I have hated the congregation of evildoers, and will not sit with the wicked. I will wash my hands in innocence. So will I compass thine altar, O Lord, that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving, and tell of all thy wondrous works. Lord, I have loved the habitation of thy house, and the place where thine honor dwelleth. Gather not thy soul with sinners, nor my life with the bloody men, in whose hands is mischief, and thy right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I will walk in my integrity. Redeem me, be merciful unto me. My foot stand in at every place. In the congregation will I bless the Lord. Verse 27. The Lord is my life. Chapter 27, Psalm chapter 27, verse 1. Y'all got any questions about chapter 28?
I was going to say, I was going to ask in Psalms chapter 17, verse 3, go with Psalms chapter 26, verse 2. In 26, verse 2, it says, examine me, O Lord, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. And in Psalms chapter 17, verse 3, it says, thou hast proved my heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shalt find nothing. I have proposed that my mouth shall not transgress.
Absolutely. And he's saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Try me. Prove my heart. You know, if I see if I know. Right. Right. It's the same. So y'all got any questions out there? Since you got any questions about 26? So we're going into Psalm chapter 27, verse 1. The Lord is my life and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even my enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war shall rise against me, in this will I be comforted. Confident. You got to see, man, he's not wavering in his prayers. He's consistent in his prayers. He's showing you in his thoughts and his actions towards the Most High. He doesn't come up with, you don't see where David's reading and setting up, and when we read this, you're not seeing where he's setting up prayers, and then he ventures off and starts putting things in his own hands, and then it doesn't work, and he goes back to the prayers. He's constantly meditating on the word of the Most High. He's constantly praying to the Most High. That's what makes David wise, is the fact that he understands this. And that's one of the things we got to take, is this attribute of prayer. Because when we go through our situations, man, a lot of us, we've been off and we try to go handle it ourselves. Right? And then it blows up and it becomes something even worse. You know, and it just, even worse, it ends up destroying the spirit. Because you're not seeing that there's a method to these men in the Bible, these examples. David's an example for a reason. The Psalms are here for a reason. And we got to remember that, us out here that are really striving to change. If you don't want to change, then you're going to constantly come up with methods contrary to the doctrine. But if you want to change, then you're going to apply the method. This is Psalm chapter 27, verse 4. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secrets of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine hands be lifted up above my enemies around about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Here, have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face. My heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. For my father and my mother forsook me. Then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy ways, O Lord, and lead me in the path, in the plain path, because of my enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of my enemies. For false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And that verse 14 is powerful, man, because that's where the power is. It comes in waiting, being meek. The Most High said that vengeance is his. A lot of times we want to pick that sword up, man, and we want to put in work. But a lot of times it's out of stupidity. We move irrational. We end up making bad decisions because we're not applying the scriptures. David didn't go out and put things in his own hand. That's why it's so important, man, that when we have a class, you got to take notes. If you're in Houston, you got to come to Sabbath class, man. You got to get around the body so you can see how the body operates. So you can see how the stories affect our lives, because there's a lot of meat in these stories. And like he said, wait on the Lord. This is wisdom. This is advice to you, because this is what he's showing us. This is what he's showing us in verse 14. He said, wait on the Lord and be of good courage. A lot of y'all get weak. I know I done it. You'll get weak because you got to wait on the Most High, and you figure because he didn't move the way you wanted him to move, how you wanted him to move, you end up putting him to the side. And then you know what ends up happening is you end up having to come right back to the same. You started from the same. You could have stayed on the path, like he called it earlier. He said the plain path. The plain path is fast, pray, focus. You know what I'm saying? That's the path, man. You stay focused. You pray to the Most High. You keep your spirit clean from the things that are out there. But you got to wait on the Most High. That's why he said that. He said, wait on me. He said, wait on the Lord and be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine hands. Thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And that's what we got to remember, man. Us as Israelites that are putting on these garments, putting on these priestly attires. We've made a contract with the Most High, but we understand that we have to wait. And we got to stay focused. What you got?
It says about deliver to my enemies a false witness raised against me.
Absolutely.
The precept of John the Bible.
I was just pulling out about on verse 12. It says, deliver me not over unto thy will of my enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathed out cruelty. So once again, how David said, wait on the Lord, because at the end of the day, yeah, we're going to have our family members, friends that we know that's going to come up against us. They're going to talk all different type of craziness, but what are we going to do? We got to continue in the work of the Most High and wait for the Most High to deliver us. And there's a precept in John chapter 16, and this is verse 1. And this is Christ speaking. Yeah, Christ, when he's telling his disciples, obviously, what's going to happen in the future time about their enemies and what they're going to do. So this is John chapter 16 and verse 1. It says, these things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. Verse 2. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh, that whosoever killeth you will think that they doeth God's service. And these things they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. So we already know that these tribulations and trials are coming. And that's what I like about David, because why? He prays to the Most High about it. So you got bill problems, you got mother problems, you got sister problems. Listen, we weren't out there trying to watch Dr. Phil for information. We was going to the scriptures. We was getting on our knees. We was fasting and praying. And let me get this real quick. Ezra 8. It's just about fasting, about how he would treat us when we fast and pray to him. This is Ezra chapter 8, I think 23. This is Ezra chapter 8 and verse 23. This is what you're supposed to do for the Most High to recognize you.
And just to let you know, man, this is why brothers can't be online bashing brothers. And, you know, it's not about battling, it's about teaching. You know, when you look online, you look on these other camps and the things that's going on, you know, it's about us coming to the Most High said we're supposed to come together in love, in truth. It's not about camp bashing, you know, it's not about us warring with each other. You know, you gotta you get in a chat and you just want to create confusion. You want to interrupt teaching. You got a lot of people, you know, that don't know the word, and you don't have no humility to understand that. So you end up causing confusion where in an environment where people are trying to learn. You can't be this distraction for Satan. You know, you got to know your place, man. A lot of people don't know their place. They move around sporadically out of the spirit, and they think because they got a couple scriptures that it's okay. It's not okay. The scripture says do all things decently and in order. The Most High got to order the things. So where you at?
Oh, this is Ezra chapter 8 and verse 23. And it's just a precept, basically how David was praying to the Most High. And so this is Ezra chapter 8 and verse 23.
Ezra chapter 8, verse 23. So we fasted and besought our God for this, and he was entreated of us.
So we got to do things for the Most High to definitely listen to us. You know, it's not like we can do our own will, do what we want to, pray to the Most High, he's going to come through for us. We have to get on our knees, fast, pray to the Most High, so that he'll entreat us and hear our prayers for number one, for the enemies that are against us or whatever may be against us.
God. And I want to read something to you, man, because like you were saying, you know, just off that whole, the way we talk to each other, the way we deal with each other. You know, you might know something, you might have a couple breakdowns, a lot of things you may have that separate you from everybody else. But it's how you talk to people and how you deal with people, because everybody's here to learn. This is Colossians chapter 4, verse 5. It says, walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. It says, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. See, it's not about us bashing and having camp wars and YouTube wars. We got you a selfish person to think like that, because we got a whole nation of people out here that need to talk.
Kazakia ban Gad ban Kazakia ban Ra'aban ban Yashal. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. Next time, you're supposed to say, that's what we keep forgetting. Repeat. Okay, so what, they were short chapters? Okay, there'd be John. Okay. All right, so we're on what chapter now?
This is 27.
Okay, so you read 27, or he's on 27?
He would be reading 27.
Okay.
No,
Hold on
he'd
one
be
second.
reading 28. 27 is last chapter.
Oh, he would read 28?
He'd be reading 28.
Oh, okay. Dang, those chapters went quick. All right, John. You're gonna read. You're gonna do
27?
28. Yeah.
28?
Yeah. Fall up front now. You're gonna come up front.
John chapter 2.
You're going to Aman Shabbat, and then you say your name, your tribe, and then your nation. So you would say John,
John, Shabbat Shah, Banyamin,
Banyashala.
Banyashal.
John, Shabbat Shah. Right. No, I'm gonna repeat. All right. You say it, then I'll repeat. Go ahead.
John, Shabbat Shah, Banyamin, Yashal.
Right. Banyashala. Right. You're saying your name, your tribe, and your nation. John, Shabbat Shah, Benyamin, Banyashala. You salute.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam. Every time. That's the part we gotta do. We gotta end it. You come on. Zion, plug this in. Yeah, I need.
Yeah, so we're going to be reading the book of Psalms, chapter 28, verse 1.
Go.
Unto thee will I cry, O Lord, my rock, be not silent to me, lest if thou be silent to me, I become like them that go down into the pit. Hear the voice of my supplications when I cry unto thee, when I lift up my hands toward thy holy oracle. Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief in their hearts.
Yeah, so these are some good chapters, man. Like we keep saying, these are the themes. Look at the integrity, look at the heart, look at the mind state of these men. Like, you have to ask yourself, what's your intentions? This is what I ask myself, like, are you saying one thing, but in your heart there's something else? Like, the Most High always brings those type of individuals, man, down. The Most High always destroys their heart. You know what I mean? Their mind, and brings them in confusion. That's why when we teach this word, are we going to be like the people we talk about? Are we going to be like the wicked? Are we going to be like the false teachers? That, your intentions are only to get this word, slander, bash, create confusion. That's what a lot of brothers don't understand when it comes to integrity. Is that what you're doing? Like he was saying about, creating confusion. You just go into other chats just to create chaos,
Right.
to create hate, create discord. These are the things we got to look at as we're teachers or believers, right? Yeah, read that last part again, man. That's on point.
Psalms 28, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts.
Right. You see that? You're talking about gathering Israel. You're talking about gathering Israel, but at the same time, you want to create confusion and discord. And I'm saying that because a lot of people get in our chat and just like, oh, brother, don't learn from them. You know, come to our camp. It's like, who does that but children? Like that's stupidity, yeah. That's like, how are you maintaining your integrity in the spirit of the Most High? You know, that's like a third graders, and then a crip and blood mentality.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, that's stupid. You know, that's why we as examples, we don't supposed to do that. Don't get when you get on Facebook, man. Stay out of the drama. Stay out of the stupidity. Stay out of I want to just going back and forth with this brother. Stay out of that. That way we can be a better example. That doesn't make us perfect or righteous or better than them. I'm just saying, let's do our part to stay out of that stupidity. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Give them according to their deeds and according to the wickedness of their endeavorers. Give them after the work of their hands. Render to them their lesser. Verse 5. Because they regard not the works of the Lord, nor the operation of his hands. He shall destroy them and not build them up.
Right, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, man. You know, you people that got mischief in their heart, that's doing stuff like Esau. You know what I mean? Like they going behind the black man, the Hispanic man, the Israelite man back, creating confusion and negative and discord and hatred amongst our own people. Because a lot of that, I keep saying that a lot of that mischief that be in the heart, it's a lot of FBI, CIA posing as Israelites to create the animosity amongst us. The devil has to be there. You know, I don't think it's all the time real brothers that really believe. Yeah.
I remember like in Ecclesiastes it says there's nothing new under the sun. But with all the other groups that they had, the Black Panthers, you know, different movements of power, power, that they always had somebody that was in there that infiltrated them, that basically destroyed them, that separated them.
Yeah, caused confusion and negative and hatred amongst this brother, that brother. That's why I say you got to know where Satan is. You know what I mean? If it comes down to forgiving a brother, then forgive him. You know what I mean? He ain't kill you, shoot you. You know what I mean? Forgive him. You know, but that's how Satan gets in through the I don't want to forgive. I don't want to let go. So you got this animosity towards each other. David's showing us that's not how he dealt with things. He left things in the hands of the Most High. As y'all read those other chapters, he left things in the hands of the Most High. You know, and then the Most High handles it. Believe it or not, I know you might think it's religious, but it sounds that exactly what he said. It works.
Ooh.
It works, man. Yeah.
And the cool part about it, that's all the Most High want from us, because even when we was back in the Old Testament, whenever as a people we really did believe and trust in the Most High, whenever we was down, what we do, we prayed to him, he came through. That's all we want.
Right, yeah, but like Lakama was bringing out, a lot of us like to take things in our own hands, and that usually gets you in the worst situation. You know, and makes you look worse. You know, pray to the Most High and watch, he will deliver you out of it. Yeah, you have a faith from a mustard seed. Yeah. Go ahead, Art.
This is Psalms 28, verse 6. Blessed be the Lord, because he hath heard the voice of my supplications. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoiced, and with my song will I praise him. The Lord is their strength, and he is the saving strength of his anointed. Save thy people, and bless thy inheritance. Feed them also, and lift them up forever.
Right. So you see that the Lord is the strength. He verse 8, and he is the saving strength of his anointed. Okay? So Christ and Israel. He was the saving strength for Christ, and he's the saving strength for Israel. You know, so oh yeah, these chapters are kind of small, but let me go online. Who got that online link, man? Nobody? Okay, all right, just to make sure if they have any questions. All right, So that was 7 chapters?
God.
Dang, that went quick, huh? Alright, did anybody have any questions on that? Nobody had any questions on those chapters or anything? Okay, alright, well, we'll give them a few seconds. Brothers and sisters, a few seconds to, yeah.
This was back when we were reading Psalms chapter 22. I guess I would say from 14 to like 18. It's talking about Christ.
Psalms 22, right. Right.
Nah, 22, 14 to 18.
22, 14
to 18.
Yeah. Well, you read the whole chapter. When you read 22, the whole chapter, this is spiritually talking about what Christ went through.
God.
You understand? This is spiritually what Christ went through, the whole thing. You know, but also, dang.
You can tell. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's just that when you read down, you said 22 verse what?
14 through 18.
16 and 4.
Right, but when you see here, jump to verse 12.
Psalm chapter 22, verse 12. Many bulls have compassed me.
Yeah, so, you know, in the spirit, this is Christ praying to the Most High. You know, when you think of him crying the blood of tears, you got to think of what he was saying, you know, when he was being persecuted, when he was being whipped. You know what I mean? When he was being spit on.
God.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Many bulls have compassed me. Strong bulls of Bashan have beset me round. They gaped open me with their mouths as a ravening and a roaring lion. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels. My strength is dried up like a potsherd.
Yeah, so you can imagine. Yeah, you know, when him being crucified, him being whipped, you know, what he was going through. So yeah, Khan, he was in the spirit speaking of Christ. Khan. That's what you had? That was your question? Or statement? Yeah. Khan. Alright, so anybody had anything else? No?
I just had a scripture.
Yeah.
So what he was talking about us coming together. You know, you got to beat it into them because this is what we're dealing with. You know, you got, like you said, you got these people creeping in. You got these camps whose sole purpose is to create chaos and division. When the scriptures is contrary to the chaos, it's about us coming together. The scriptures keep telling us that over and over and over. It's about us coming together. When we on these chat lines, it's about us feeding each other. It's not about a battle of who can come out with the most scriptures. I can cut you. I just cut that nigga. First of all, he ain't a nigga, he a brother. And if he's trying to learn something, you should be encouraging that. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. It says, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him." This is 2 Thessalonians. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him." The whole purpose of us coming together is so that we can be under Christ. Christ is the head. We're under Christ. That means we're supposed to follow the methods of Christ. We're not a gang. We're not we're not a boy band. We're not a bunch of
hooligans.
Yeah, hooligan thugs and Bible bashers. That's not what we're here for. We're here to do the things of the scriptures, the work. But you know, there's people that are consistently going to be here just for that one purpose, to make sure they cause chaos.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it is going to happen.
It is going to happen.
Yeah, it
It
is.
has to happen. Because we're going to read on.
Yeah.
It says, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or in trouble, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by the letters, as are from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that men of sin be revealed, and the son of perdition. See, y'all got to be revealed because the truth is going to show the difference. When you're doing the work and you're doing the work of Christ, you're going to be shown through your actions. So when somebody's dropping scriptures and there's a spirit in the room and you come in and alter that spirit, that just shows who you are. You're a son of perdition. So that has to happen because that's what makes the Most High's word so true. Is because you can distinguish the truth from a lie. So I just wanted to show y'all that, man, because you got to see, man, it's so common. Like, you go online and you'll just be talking with somebody, and out of nowhere, you'll get this ill-mannered conversation pop in, and it's about something contrary to the doctrine. It's not even a scripture. And if it is a scripture, it's so out of context that you obviously don't understand what the scripture is talking about. Right. So what is the point? If I'm going into baptism, and I'm talking to this brother, and I got 2-3 people online, and we're talking about baptism, and you throw something about, say for instance, the God prayed over everything, everything's clean. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, we're talking about baptism. These brothers,
you're saying they come in with something that ain't even.
Yeah, ain't even got nothing to do with it.
That's the point. It just.
And they try to bully. Madness. Then they just bully the screen with they got that fast app. And let them just throw mad scriptures. So they just bully over the whole conversation about what God said is clean. When God called clean, that no man called unclean. Look, listen. Why did he do that? And it's like, bro,
this is like it's madness.
Yeah, it's madness.
Yeah, what's up?
I was gonna pull Jude chapter 1 and verse 4.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Jude chapter 1 and verse 4.
He said fast app. Huh?
Yeah, I'm killing it.
Go ahead.
Jude chapter 1 and verse 4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness, and denying the only Lord God and our Lord Yahushua.
Yeah, it says lasciviousness. So it kind of gives you a key point on what angle they're going to come from. It's a lust, their desire. Instead of really promoting the Most High in Christ, it's really their agenda. It's the agenda is of the flesh.
I got a question.
Uh-huh.
And when it says of old ordained to this condemnation, is that just talking about the devil himself and his minions? Because they were already ordained to do that?
Yeah, but it's talking about the wicked. It's talking about the Judases. They come in and create that madness, create confusion. They're there for that reason. That way, it's a trial of the righteous too. It's either we're going to start acting like them or we're going to be against that. We're going to be, we're going to focus on the word of the Most High or feed into that madness, be drawn into that craziness. So, yes, sir. And denying the only power in our Lord Jesus Christ. Right. So, what usually happens is like when you try to get sensible and you try to deal with wisdom, they don't want to do that. I mean, there's a lot of great brothers out there, trying to uphold the standard. It's a small portion, man, that just destroys in the name of Israel and brings a bad name. Yeah, blasphemes the word of the Most High. And as you see, there's a lot of people are coming in off of the Israelite fad, but there's a lot of people that are sincerely learning also. So, those are the things we got to take into account, man, that how we perceive, how we're seen, Yeah, go ahead.
No, real quick, this is 1 Timothy chapter 3, and I'm going to do verse 14.
Yeah, and we finished the reading. Just to let everybody know online, if y'all logged in or whatever. We finished the reading. We're opening it up for questions. The reading went kind of quick because the chapters were quick. All right, so we're gonna leave it open a little for questions before we go into the Hebrew. So if you have questions, now's the time. So where we at?
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 13. I'm reading down to 15.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 13. It says, "But ye, brethren, be not weary in well-doing." So the first thing we can't do is get mind boggled because of these situations and these problems that try to raise up against us doing the work. You can't be weary in well-doing. If you fortified in your spirit and your mind, you shouldn't be ashamed of nothing. When you out heading out a flyer and he start trying to run up on you, that's your time to shine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you're street teaching, when you're doing these things, you got to have it in your heart, man, that the Most High he said he's a rewarder of those that diligently seek. And you got to remember that. You can't get weary because, you see there's people creating confusion. There's people doing certain things, but you got to stay strong because that's what separates us from everybody else. It says, "And if any man obey not our word by this epistle, note that man and have no company with him, that he may be ashamed." See, all you got to do is instead of creating the problem, he creates the problem. You're gonna finish the problem. All you got to do is watch him. You're gonna be brought to shame.
Right.
The Most High gonna bring a ton of problems to him, and then it's not our job to run up on him with the chaos. "Oh, brother, you off. Listen, whoop, 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 whoop." That's what separates us. That's why in verse 15 it says,
especially online.
Yeah.
It's like they do it just for a show.
You don't gotta see them.
Yeah, they do it online for a show. It's like you don't need to do that.
That's why he come back to say this. Verse 15, it says, "Yet count him not as an enemy, but admonish him as a brother." See, it ain't about bashing. It's about, okay, listen, bro, hey, Most High deal with it. I ain't gonna cuss you out, especially online, because then it makes me look like you. So now we look like two gremlins with scriptures.
With no sense.
Yeah, just, "Oh yeah, brother," and it's like, you know what, brother, listen, hey, that's not the topic that we on. So,
yeah.
I appreciate it. If you're gonna be on here, you gotta at least stay on topic. And you admonish him as a brother because the Most High will make something happen. The Most High, he is like I keep saying, he's a rewarder of those that diligently seek him.
Yeah.
So if you're on the right path and you're doing what's right, you don't have to be bashing these cats. Most High gonna get them. And you know what it'll be? The person that was trying to learn will be sitting in the background and say, "You know what? He dealt with him with meekness and humility."
Yeah.
And that's what it separates y'all.
Right, exactly. Very good point. Like I said, we're answering questions. Did you have any, brother?
Not yet.
Not yet? All right, man. Well, now's the time. Is anybody on there with any questions?
Nah, sir.
Because we did finish the reading. We did finish the reading. We're going to go into the Hebrew. Give them a few seconds. Bria, you didn't have anything? All right.
I got one.
What was it about? Maybe we can help you find it.
It's in the book of Psalms.
Uh-huh.
At the end of some verses, there's a word. Yeah.
Oh, Salah?
Yeah. What does that mean, and why is it at the end of certain verses?
Watch. Go to your concordance, Zion, like you usually do. Look up that word. This is easy. But that's why you gotta have your dictionary, your Bible dictionary. Yeah.
Well, mine's kind of like a definition. I mean, like the ones I have here didn't give like. It was like just like they were saying like it could mean like different things. It didn't give just one meaning of.
Right. What you got, like?
It's coming from the Strong's concordance. It says to lift up, to exalt. Then it goes to the definition of technical musical term, probably showing extenuation, pause, or interruption. So that was just a pause to the next song.
Okay. Yeah.
That was what it said.
But what did it say first?
To lift up and to exalt.
Right. To lift up and to exalt. That's what it means. You know, it's the end, just reminding that we praising the Most High. You know, like amen just means what?
In agreement, full.
So be it. It just means so be it. Okay.
Like that song we used to pray, we pray all the time. It says, "Oh, ye hills, exalted forever."
Right.
It's about exalting and lifting up the Most High's name.
Oh, the Salah. Salah, yeah.
Okay, mine, maybe I need a different dictionary.
Yeah.
Because mine here say, terms of unknown meaning appearing in something.
Yeah, that you got a regular dictionary, don't you? You got a lot of times, what is that? Oh, Bible dictionary? Okay. No, that was good one. But a lot of times, a lot of the words are better to look up in the Hebrew. In the Hebrew or the Greek. That's what he's doing. He's going to the Strong's Concordance, and in the Strong's Concordance, it kind of gives you the Hebrew definition instead of, it's like from an English standpoint. Yeah. Right? That's what you did on the Strong's. Yeah. So that's why we, I don't have my Strong's here. Well, there's one right back there. That big Strong's. Wow, show him that right there. This is a good one, man. It's going to go into the Hebrew words. Right there, too. Yeah, there you go. That big one. The top.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there you go. It says Strong. Yeah, that one right there.
So that one I should buy?
Yeah, you want to get one of these right here. You can get that one, or you see the big one he got? No, don't give it to me. Give it that. You see that one right here? One of those. Yeah, then when y'all get a little deep, you want the Briggs Driver. It's called the Briggs Driver. And that one right there, that's when I went and did that show on the Ahaya deception. Showing about Ahaya, the difference in the Hebrew. That's going to go deep. That's going to break those Hebrew words down way better. Yeah. So, and then, I got a few of them. There's a few of them, but that one's a good one. The Strong's is a good one for you. The basics start out, basically start out with the basics. But let's move to the side real quick. Let me see here. Open that bag up real quick. Yeah, just pull those out. I thought I had it. Yeah, it's supposed to be the Briggs Driver. Yeah, that one right there at the bottom. It's all the way at the bottom. That one right there. See, this is another good one. It's the New Brown Driver Briggs Genius Hebrew English Lexicon. This one right here is a real good one. But it just breaks down the words. It breaks down their meanings. You know what I mean? Y'all get those when y'all, brothers and sisters, man, that are in the book studying a lot. Yeah, what? Right. Yeah, so this is another good one. So with the concordance, yeah, that's another one right there. Hand that to him, Zion. Hand that to him. There's another one too. You see that? So when you study, you gotta have your arsenal. Check. We've always believed in Israel. You have three resources. Three resources to try to look into to check something. That way, you can make sure what you're going over is correct. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
It could be 83 resources. Do you have?
Yeah, but you want to get the oldest you can get. It's about getting the oldest books you can get, because as time goes on, they modernize everything. They change the meaning of everything. So a lot of these words, like the word, we talk about it in class, democracy. It says ruling body of demons. Like, you're not gonna read that in no up-to-date dictionary.
That's it. Yeah, it was like demonocracy in the dictionary, but it still referred to democracy. It was still the same meaning.
Demonocracy.
It said demonocracy, but it still meant it was like
democracy.
It's still the same.
Democrat.
Democracy.
Was it democracy? Right, but democrat. It was democracy. Yeah, it was democracy. Yeah.
It was like the demon, then you had the opposite base, so they added it. But the word was demonocracy.
Right.
But it still was tied to democracy.
Right, yeah.
So it's the same thing.
You got to get the oldest dictionaries, man.
I was trying to find
stores, man. Listen, I be hunting. I got some. Just the other day. I was out in Cuba. First thing I did was hit thrift store, Salvation Army. I ran through them so quick. I got me another dictionary. I got me a Bible, like a Zondervan, but it was old. Like, they be throwing them books out because, number one, the condition of them be incredible because nobody reads them.
Right.
And then, that we so caught up in computers now that you'll believe whatever the computer tells you.
Right.
You don't know it's some old white man back off in the corner answering your question.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's the thing is the books, you can't change what's already been written. So when you back off and you, like, I just, believe it or not, and it's just FYI.
But he's saying the oldest ones.
Yeah.
See, because the more modern, the more terrible.
I got an 1868 dictionary set. I just got online.
Yeah, you get like these you could go on like the not the which with the which
Offer Up.
Oh, you go on Offer Up, like, and you go to these when people like sell their stuff in the street. What is it?
Goodwill. I mean,
not Goodwill. Go to yard sales. Try to get the oldest, because people be having old books and they don't even know. They just throw them out.
Right.
They have old dictionaries. You go through there, go through the yard sale, you'll find an old Bible.
Yeah.
And they're throwing it out. Or an old dictionary, or old history book.
Yeah.
So that's what you want. You want the oldest as you can get.
Well, I got a Oxford dictionary from the 60s. I thought that was
Yeah.
That's still kind of garbage. I went through the Oxford at my school.
Yeah.
I guess not.
Yeah, it was from what, 60? 1960?
67.
Yeah, that's good, but you want to get it older than that if you can.
You know, it's crazy with this book, this collection of dictionaries I got. And it's crazy because when you look at it, you can see the history in it. It's so old, the paper is yellow.
Right.
But when you look at the words, it's cut and dry to the point. It's not trying to sugar, oh, this is non-canon. It wasn't saying things like that. It was like, oh, he a demon. Like, what is this? Oh, yeah, this links with this scripture. This goes here. Oh, yeah.
What is it, dictionary? Or what was it, dictionaries or Bible dictionary?
No,
encyclopedia?
Encyclopedia.
Oh, it was encyclopedia?
1800 encyclopedia. So if you look up, like you said, you look up the word
Yeah, you need to
Caucasian.
bring those through.
Yeah. Like, you look up words
You
that
gotta
they
get it.
change.
Yeah.
It's like the word Caucasian, Caucasoid. Or you look up these things and it goes into it where you do it now in a book and it's
It kind of like,
censored.
it's very shallow.
Yeah.
Very censored.
It's censored, shallow. It's not even deep.
Withholding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like that one dictionary we have.
Yeah.
That one dictionary, it goes in
And
depth.
I got that dictionary at a Goodwill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm telling you, go to the Goodwills, man. Especially out east.
I wonder how old that dictionary is.
Man, bro, I'm trying to tell you. And hey, just FYI, I just got the Lost Tribes of the Promised Land online for $31. So for y'all that's trying to build your arsenal,
Tanola said she was gonna probably get some for the camp too.
yeah, I grabbed me 3 of them.
Right. All right. So how old is that? We're just wasting a little time to see if anybody has any questions, because once we go into the Hebrew, after that we're gonna be finishing up. So if anybody has any questions.
I have one.
Zion, turn that light back on there for them. There you go.
I've been trying to find that tropical Africa.
Oh, oh, I need one of those too. It doesn't say no date in there?
No, I can't find it.
Yeah.
It's old, but you still want to page those well.
Yeah.
That's all.
Look up the author. Right.
That's weird. They don't say the date on the front of it. Okay, what's your question, bro? Can't find it? Yeah.
It's Acts chapter 10, verse 28.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go there, and then if you can remember it. Nah, we're gonna go into the Hebrew.
You say Acts 10 and 28?
Come, yes, sir.
Acts chapter 10, verse 28. And he said unto them, ye know how that it is a lawful thing. Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation.
Right.
But God has showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
And I was just trying to tag that back, just the understanding of, for some reason we were talking about that, we're tying it back to Deuteronomy about not abhorring the Edomite. That's 23:7.
Okay.
So, obviously in the law it said that it was that we shouldn't keep company, right?
Right.
But then it said not abhor the Edomite. So we're just trying to get some understanding of exactly what the scripture was saying.
What, in Acts? Right, well, that's Acts, what chapter?
18.
Acts chapter 10, verse 28.
Acts 10:28. So this is going into Cornelius.
Exactly, that's what I'm
Okay. Now, from what we know, Cornelius was an Israelite. Okay. So,
because he was fasting stuff with the Israelites as well.
Right. So remember how Israel looked at the nations. A lot of Israelites looked at a lot of Israelites looked at these Israelites scattered through the other nations as Gentiles, right? As heathen. So that's what he's talking about there. But you're going into, abhor not an Edomite is totally different. You know what I mean? Which it still says abhor not an Edomite. Don't hate him. Right. Yeah. So one is talking about Israel as in these heathenistic mind state, right? And then another one's talking about the actual nations. All right, but how were you trying to link that though?
That was the question I was supposed to be.
Oh, okay. Who posed that? Oh, okay, right, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we don't supposed to hate Esau. We don't supposed to let that spirit, that demonic spirit, to where we're now going out vindictive and wanting to crush their skulls in the earth.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't supposed to ride with that. A lot of us have to check that too, because we do want to ride on it, right? But the Most High said, abhor not Edomite. Basically, he was showing us, don't let that spirit that they got on there motivate you. Just like it's motivating them at every turn. That hate is so much on them, they hate you for your skin, right? So he didn't want us to be motivated that same way, to where now you're reacting off of that. They pull you out the car, and you got so much anger and hate, you're trying to fight a cop. You know what I mean? You're going to get yourself killed. You know what I mean? Or you're preaching the word, you're teaching the word, and now your anger is coming forth instead of the word. You know what I mean? A lot of times your anger for Esau or that what they did to you will come through instead of relaying the message that it's about the judgment of the Most High. It's about what he did against the Most High. You see that? Yeah. So, all right. Did you find that question? All right.
It was something I was like, I was watching TV and I happened to be flipping to the channel. And they had this guy on there talking about the last day. It was something he said. I don't know, I was dumb. I just turned the channel.
Right.
It kind of like swift.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, check online, see if anybody got anything. If they don't have any questions, we're gonna jump into the Hebrew. Yeah.
It's not a question, but I don't remember. I don't remember if I had told this to the camp, but I remember like earlier this week, there was a brother I had met. He's an Israelite. I had told you about him. How he goes to the school off of Bel Air, how he sits.
Okay.
Lower down. He had walked up to me the other day, my first time seeing him since, and he was like, I see the paper you handed me. I read it. He was like, it seems like y'all are into the Yeshua thing. I was like, no, we don't call it. We say Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. We don't say Yeshua. And he was like, okay. And then he was trying to tell me how Yeshua is like another name for Joshua or something like that. And then he was saying that they just read it how the scripture is written. So like they were saying that Jesus was actually his name. And I was just trying to tell him to come to class. And that's something good for us to, you know what I mean?
Jesus was actually
Christ's name. Like that's what he was saying. And then he was saying
it's just
I asked him about the Hebrew.
All we're dealing with is an interpretation. You know what I mean? It was in the Greek, yeah. In the English, yeah. But not in the Hebrew. We spoke the Hebrew language. So it's different. Yeah.
That's what I told him. I was like, what about the Hebrew? Like, you know they spoke Hebrew back then.
Right, what did he say?
And then he started speaking about Cornelius, and he was saying about at that time, like, they weren't speaking the Hebrew language at that time. Like, Christ was born.
Yeah, they were, because
that's what I'm saying.
What was written over Christ's grave? Watch, can find that one real quick. It tells you in the inscription.
King of the Jews?
Yeah, but it tells you. It tells you. And that, yeah, they were speaking Hebrew. They Hebrew Israelites. They spake Hebrew, yeah.
I know, he didn't make no sense to me, so I was just like, I just kept telling him, hey, come to class, because that'll be a good topic for us to debate.
Right.
Well, I know we weren't going to debate it, but I was just trying to
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, get him to talk about it, yeah.
There was this guy I was talking to. He was saying something to me about the Bible, and all of a sudden he said Christ spoke Arabic.
Christ spoke Arabic?
Yeah.
I didn't read that in the Bible.
I haven't either. He was trying to teach me the Bible, and somehow, I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it came up that he was telling me that Christ spoke Arabic. I was thinking, like, how could that be?
Go to 1 Thessalonians 5:21. When you deal with these guys, people are making or saying things. The only thing you have to stick to know if they're speaking the truth is the scriptures, right?
Yeah, but see, I don't know.
Right. But no, all you got to do is tell them this.
First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 21.
That's how you know. Read.
Prove all things.
Do what?
Prove all things.
You got to tell them, show me that. Show me that in the Bible. That's how you do it. You know what I mean? When they make, Christ spoke Arabic, okay, show me that in the Bible.
So what was the language that he actually spoke?
Go ahead. Where are you at?
This is first.
No, that's good. That's good on that. Where are you at?
Matthew 27 and 37?
Nah, I don't think that's it. I'm trying to read that. I don't think that's it.
Hold on.
Read it though.
Matthew 27 and 37. And set up over his head his accusation written. Is it not?
Go ahead, read it.
This is Jesus, the King of the Jews.
Right, no, but there's another one.
Since you value one.
So.
Oh, it says it was written in Hebrew.
There you
go. Exactly. 19 and 20.
Yeah, there you go. Read on. That's what I was looking for.
It's like
where are you?
St. John's chapter 19. I'll start at 19 and I'll read the 20.
Right. So this shows you they spake Hebrew. Go ahead.
And Polite wrote a title and put it on the cross.
Pilate.
Right.
He said polite.
Been around a long time.
And Pilate, not polite.
That's how you got his name.
Go ahead,
And Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross.
No, where are you at again?
Oh, Slakia. St. John's chapter 19, verse 19.
St. John 19:19, and this is for the statement that's made that they didn't speak Hebrew back then. They did. Go ahead.
And Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross, and the writing was, Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews.
Mm-hmm.
This title then read many of the Jews, for the place where Jesus was crucified was near to the city, and it was written in Hebrew and Greek and Latin.
So what were they speaking back then?
Hebrew,
Greek, and Latin. You see that? So they were speaking these different languages.
So Christ spoke all three?
Huh? That's what they were. He said Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. Only way we could, what I mean? He grew up in Jerusalem, right? But who was occupying at the time?
Romans.
The Romans, right? They spake what?
Greek.
And Latin. You see that? So that's what they spake during that time. But we spake Hebrew. We were the Jews. We spake Hebrew. But yeah, did we speak the other languages? Probably so. Go to Acts. verse 37.
Acts chapter 21 and verse 37.
Acts 21:37.
Come on, Acts chapter 21 and verse 37. You can say come, whenever you have it.
Come.
It says, oh, no, sorry. Acts chapter 21 and verse 37.
Right.
And as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek?
Right. So he said to the captain, you know what I mean? What did he say?
Canst I speak Greek?
No. Read it again.
And Paul was led into the castle.
Right. So Paul went into the castle. Go ahead.
And he said unto the chief captain,
Uh-huh.
May I speak unto thee?
Right. So he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto you? Go ahead.
Who said?
And the captain said what?
Canst thou speak Greek?
So they spake Greek back then? Right? Go ahead.
Verse 38.
Uh-huh.
Are not thou the Egyptian, which before these days madest up in uproar?
Right. So they thought Paul was an Egyptian. So showing you Paul had to be what?
Black.
He had to be black as hell.
Right.
So that's another scripture. This is one of the scriptures where we show Paul was dark skinned. It wasn't like today.
Right.
You know what I mean? These mixed fake Egyptians. Nah. They're like a good account, and this is probably one of the only good accounts in that movie, Gods and Kings, the Egypt movie that they came out with. That they put the Canaanites, I think it was the Canaanites, in that movie, they made them dark skinned. Yeah, they were Egyptians. Yeah, and they were real dark. That was probably the only true thing they made the account of in that no, I think they were Canaanites. I think they were. They might have been Ethiopians. But anyway, they were sons of Cush.
Right.
Right? And they were dark skinned. Go ahead.
And led us out into the wilderness, 4,000 men that were murderers.
Right.
But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew of Tarsus,
right,
a city in Cilicia, a citizen of no mean city.
right,
And I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people.
right.
And when he had given him license, Paul stood on the stairs and beckoned with the hand unto the people. And when there was made a great silence, he spake unto them in the Hebrew tongue.
He spake what?
In the Hebrew tongue.
So he spake Greek and he spake Hebrew. Why was the inscription over his name Hebrew, Greek, and Latin? Because that's what they spake during that time. The Hebrew Israelites spake the Hebrew. You know what I mean? And I'm sure they grew up around that. So, like Paul, he was able to speak Greek and Latin. Hebrew, Greek, and Latin, yeah.
What does it mean when he says citizen of a no mean city?
Right, so basically he's saying that he's trying to show them, listen, I grew up where you grew up. Right? I grew up in, what did he say? Read it again.
This is Acts chapter 21 and verse 39.
Right.
But Paul said, I am a man which...
No. Yeah, go ahead.
Which am a Jew of Tarsus, a city in Cilicia, a citizen of no mean city.
Cilicia. So Cilicia. So he's showing them, listen, I'm where you're from. You know what I mean? No strange city. I'm with no strange city. I'm the same city you're in. You know what I mean? You dealt with, which is Cilicia. So what he was doing is stating his citizenship. You hear that with Paul a lot. He would use his citizenship for them to, not beat him, not kill him, right? It's like us, like a lot of people now want to denounce your American citizenship and become a sovereign. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to use your due citizenship. You know you're a Hebrew Israelite, right? We keep the laws of the Most High, but there's your citizenship of America. You need that because you're in this country. You know what I mean? You don't want to deny that, yeah.
And as you see, just off that, with him giving that citizenship and let him know that he speaks Greek, that the officer gave him a license to do what he had to do.
Right.
And then he switched it up on Hebrew time.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Diverse tongues, man. That's
right. So yeah, they spake. This just shows you, man, that no, we spake Hebrew. What are you talking about? Y'all see that? So y'all got that, right? That's a blow right there to shut that madness down. Like we didn't speak Hebrew. That's madness. We spake Hebrew.
I think he was saying like at that time though, but he still knocked it out.
What time?
And
this time?
Yeah, because he mentioned Acts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're reading.
Like,
yeah.
What he was saying just made no sense. That's why I was like.
Right, but see, a lot of time you got to shut them down by saying, brother, show me that in the scriptures.
God.
That'll shut that down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's why I don't speak on nothing that I can't prove. And if, you know what I mean? And if I know it's there, I'll look for it. You know what I mean? But you got to be, the scriptures tell you. If you don't know something, shut your mouth. Put your hand over your mouth. See, a lot of this new generation, they just blurt stuff out they heard and they can't prove. You don't want to do that. But you want to go right to be able to go right to the scriptures and prove it. If not, don't speak on it.
God.
You know what I mean? So going back to you, all you have to do is hit them up and say, bro, show me that in the Bible. Prove all things. That's where your mind got to be at. Prove all things. Right? How do I know we spake Hebrew back then? Because I remember the scripture. You know what I mean? Or else I would not speak on it.
That's what makes this. That's what this scripture right here is so cool because it shows, first of all, Paul is speaking multiple languages.
Yeah, he's speaking multiple languages.
He's educated.
Yeah.
And for him to be mistaken as an Egyptian, shows you that he was dark skinned. Right. The original, the ones over there in Egypt, they ain't Egyptians.
Right.
No, those are the Arab. Whenever they took over, whoever took over that land, that's who's there now. Because the Egyptian and us were dark skinned. But then he come right back and he says, listen, but I'm a Jew of Tarshish.
Right.
So he's showing you, listen, the true Jews are dark-skinned. The Egyptians were dark-skinned. But I'm a Hebrew. Showing you like, look, yeah, we look alike, but I'm a Hebrew.
Right.
And then he come right back. If he was Egyptian, it says he spake unto them in their Hebrew tongue, saying. So if he would have been an Egyptian, he would have went off and started speaking Egyptian.
Right.
And it showed you, look, I'm a Hebrew.
Yeah.
I'm from Tarshish. And I speak Hebrew.
Right.
He just killed like 3 arguments.
Yeah, go to John 5, verse 2.
John chapter 5, verse 2.
John 5, verse 2.
St. John chapter 5, verse 2.
Right.
Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethsaida, having 5 porches, and these lay a great multitude of impotent.
So why would he say in the Hebrew tongue if they didn't speak Hebrew?
Makes no sense.
It makes no. Why wouldn't he say the Greek tongue? They spake Hebrew back then. You know, just another scripture just to show that's madness.
Right.
Like.
And this is in Jerusalem.
They don't understand that we Hebrew Israelites, we speak Hebrew.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yes, we speak other languages, but our languages was Hebrew. All right.
Sheep gate? What are they talking?
Where you bring the sheep through. Yeah. So you got that, right?
God.
Right. Yeah, you go through the scriptures and you find out that a lot of times it'll tell you in Hebrew and in English, Hebrew and in Greek, through the Gospels. All right. So, anybody, any other question? Yes, sis. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved. That one, or Isaiah 28:8. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. The first one, the second. Yeah, that's Isaiah 28:8 on down. How it says that you're supposed to read it precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. Yeah. Any other questions? We got anything on there, Zion?
Lots.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's 28:10, but you can start from me. I always start from me.
I'm trying to mark this great Bible that a sister gave me. The bigger words.
This is nice. This is nice. I like
That was
this.
a little bad.
I like the feel.
The pages ain't there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, I gotta stick with these Bible with apocryphers, man. The Bible with the apocryphers. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Everybody needs one of these. The Bible with your apocrypher in it, it kills you rolling around 2 books. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got one too?
Yeah, that's like this.
Oh yeah, you gotta get a new one, bro.
See, I found one.
That's so loaded up.
Yeah,
I don't want to get rid of it.
Right. Maybe a sister that knows you might want to get you one.
Hey, I found one, and it was hardcover. It was cold cover, but it was in plain English.
What, Hebrew and English? I mean, Hebrew and the apocrypha and
yeah, but it was simple. It said and instead of
Oh, it was New Revised.
But it was so.
It was nice. Yeah, they're doing that too, making the nice ones, but revised versions. But yeah, you can get this one online for $90, man. Yeah.
Hey, but it's worth it, though.
Bro, it's worth it.
It's like you paying $100 for some shoes, $90 for a
Yeah.
plate.
You need a good Bible and apocrypha, man.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people that don't know that it comes in one. So.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Yeah.
I have a quick one.
Yeah.
Does 1 Peter chapter 5 and 8. Well, does that link up with Job 1 and
You said 1 Peter 5 and 8.
does that link up with Job 1 and
Okay, read 1 Peter 5 and 8.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Right, you're saying, does it what?
does it link up with Job 1 and chapter 1 verse 7?
Uh-huh.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth.
Yeah, absolutely.
God.
Yeah, you could go there and show Satan's job is to go around, cause confusion, cause chaos. Yeah, that's a good one. Huh? All right, we're gonna go into this Hebrew. Unless y'all got any other questions. No? All right, so.
I have one.
Yeah, you got to write them down. Write them down and when you come. Yeah, what you got?
When I get back home, they're going to start
Popping in, right? Yeah.
This is Matthew chapter 8, verse 34. Matthew chapter 8, verse 34.
Uh-huh.
And behold, the whole city came out to meet Christ. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. So this was like right after Christ had cast the devils into the swine, and the swine ran off the edge.
Okay.
And then the multitudes of people came out and saw him. And like it says, when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. So I was wondering if he just did this. It was two devils. Nobody could go past that cave where the two men were. So why would they want Christ to leave?
Oh,
And he just cast these devils out.
The question is, ask yourself this: why did they cast the apostles or the prophets out anywhere?
Oh, because they enjoyed being wicked.
They enjoyed being wicked, but they didn't want to hear that truth. They didn't want this power to be shown. So you look at all the instances where the apostles were stoned, where they were beat, where they were whipped, you understand? Where they were chased. Christ was killed. Remember, it was because they were either threatening their belief, right? This power, they thought he had demons on him. Remember they said, you cast out devils in the name of the devil? And he said, well, how could that be? A kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. Right?
Yeah.
So, it was a lot of these instances where they were trying to get the apostles and Christ out of their city. The apostles, when you go to the Acts, remember they were thrown out just because they believed in one God in their city. And they were like, nah, we don't believe in that madness you're coming with. Get the hell up out of here. So there was a lot of those instances. Yeah. So that was it, huh?
No, I got Matthew 9, verse 15 through 16.
Okay, let's go there then.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 15. And Christ said unto them, Can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will...
Read 14.
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, but thy disciples fast not?
Right.
And Christ said unto them...
So that's like, basically, the Pharisees wanted them to fast and wanted them to, remember, this fasting is, you're in the time of mourning, right? You're in the trying to afflicting yourself, right? Okay. So that's what the Pharisees, these guys were demons, man. You know what I mean? They looked at everything carnal, you know what I mean? And they didn't understand the law, right? And they were trying to judge everything that Christ was doing to find fault with him. So whether it was the apostles picking corn on the Sabbath, right? whether it's they didn't wash their hands, right? Whether Christ was healing on the Sabbath. They were trying to always find something. But Christ came to give the understanding, and their ears weren't ready to hear, or their eyes weren't ready to see. So then he came to the disciples of John saying, why do we? Then came to him the disciples of John saying, why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but the disciples fast? Now, okay, so this is actually John's disciples. Go ahead.
And Christ said unto them,
and the Pharisees. Go ahead.
Can the children of the bridegroom mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom
shall... Well, that's the question. He said unto them, Can the children of the bridegroom, as long as the bride is with them, can they mourn? Excuse me. As long as the bridegroom is with them. Right? Question. Like, it's party time. What are you talking about? I got the bridegroom with me. Right? Why would I mourn? Why would I cry? He's still with me. Right?
Yeah. I understood that part.
Okay.
But it was when I got to 16.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
It says, but the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast. No man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment, for that which is put in to fill it up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wondering, like, why did it jump?
Well, it jumped a lot of times because Christ was trying to make a point to the people he was talking to.
So he was like just trying to show like different examples, I guess.
Say that again?
He was like trying to show like different examples, or I guess just different.
Remember, why did Christ bend down and write in the sand? To deter them from what they were, to try to ignore them and show them that the way your mind is thinking is off. Right? So I'm going to draw in the sand and come up and say, he that is without sin cast the first stone. Right? To show them that you didn't know what you were talking about. Right? He's coming back here letting them know, listen, this is what you need to be worried about. You understand? No man that putteth a new cloth unto an old garment. They said, no man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment, for that which is put in it, and to fill it up, taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Excuse me. So he's like, listen, you need to be worried about adding the old knowledge to the new. You see that? So that now he's checking them on their mind state, on their thought process. You see that? And why does he switch? He does that a lot, though. Why does he jump into a parable on them? Because he's checking them more so, checking their mind state, right? I mean,
yeah, it's pretty clear.
So taking any questions, right? Why John loose his head? Why John loose his head?
It makes sense to me.
I
know we talking John Baptist got beheaded.
He said, I'm not sure what he means though. Why John loose his head? Repeat that question, Brian. Wait, we do got sound, right?
Yeah, we do. I check it on. That's why he said I hear it.
Oh, okay. That must have been earlier.
That probably was his system.
Oh, that was his. Why Moses buried outside the Holy Land, and did he go to the Lord, or was he cast out? Okay. Repeat your other question, but why Moses buried outside the Holy Land, and did he go to the Lord, or was he cast out? No, he definitely went to the Most High. The thing is that Moses didn't make it into the physical kingdom, right? He didn't make it into Jerusalem. Okay, when it was established. But yeah, Moses was a righteous man. You know, when you go to Ecclesiasticus in your Apocrypha, and you go to Ecclesiasticus, I think it's like 40. Ecclesiasticus 40. 3, I think this is. Let's see. Is it 43? No. Let me see. It says praise great famous men.
That's 44.
44?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like when you go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiastes 44, it tells you here, let us not praise famous men. But when you read down in here, it jumps to Moses, right? Does it bring out Moses here? No, 45. 45 is Ecclesiastes 45th chapter. But starting from the 44th chapter, it tells you what it's going into. Let us not praise famous men and our fathers that begat us. The Lord have wrought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning. Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies. Leaders of the people by their counsels and by their knowledge of learning, meet for the people, wise and eloquent in their instructions. Such as found out musical tunes and recite verses and writings. Rich men furnished with ability, living peaceably in their habitation. All these were honored in their generation and were the glory of their times. There be of them that have left a name behind them, that their praise might be reported. See? And some there be which have no memorial, who are perished. So we know that these men are men that have left names behind them. When you jump to the 45th chapter, and he brought out of him a merciful man, which found favor in the sight of all flesh, even Moses, beloved of the Most High, and men whose memorial is blessed. So yeah, he definitely went to the Most High. He definitely went to the kingdom. The thing is, the Most High, you know, first of all, you can see the timing that Moses, it was time for him to, basically, he was old. You know what I mean? So he didn't make it into that kingdom. The Most High kind of like predicted his death would be before he made it in. But at the same time, it was concurrent with his punishment. Because his punishment, when he hit the rock, and for water to come out, he took the glory from the Most High. You know, instead of him saying, wait, you know, the Most High is doing this for you, he said, oh, I got to do this again. He took the glory from the Most High. And for that, he didn't make it into the physical kingdom. But it says, verse 2, he made him like the glorious saints and magnified him so that his enemies stood in fear of him. So, but that first verse right there, it tells you, even Moses, beloved of the Most High, and men whose memorial is blessed. So Moses made it into the spiritual kingdom. He made it into heaven. Y'all got that, right? But then you can read down the 45th chapter. But it starts from 45, going into all the men of the scriptures, man. If you want to get some good history, you go through there. And it can tell you the bad examples in there also. Okay? He said, why did John the Baptist lose his head? Right, yeah. What he's saying, what he was saying was, yeah, I got it. He was just saying, why did he lose his head? Because
told Herod.
Yeah, he told Herod that he was committing adultery. You know what I mean? He was doing something filthy, was sleeping with his sister's wife, right? I think it was his sister's wife. Yeah, so he told him that was wicked, and that's why he killed him. Yeah.
Sister's wife.
His brother's wife.
I'm sorry, I didn't say sister. Sorry, his brother's wife. Herod was sleeping with his brother's wife. Excuse me, and he killed him for that. He killed him for that.
Are you done with that question?
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Oh, because I just kind of like want to ask a question about back to Matthew, chapter 9, verse 15.
Matthew what?
Chapter 9, verse 15.
Okay.
He was reading, and when he got to say, and Jesus said to him, "Can the
I'll read it for you.
children?"
Right, go ahead and read it for him.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 15. And Christ said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them?
Mm-hmm.
But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then shall they fast.
Right.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
my question was on the word friends.
It was on the word of what?
Friends. He read it as children, but I'm not like, I looked at the dictionary.
Uh-huh. And what does it say?
Well,
Right, watch, I'm going to read it to you out of the annotated Bible and Apocrypha. It says here, and Jesus said unto them, the wedding guests cannot mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them. You see that? It kind of makes it a little more, it brings it.
I guess my question is more so like, why would friends be reference to children?
Because the children is Israel.
So friend meaning Israel? Meaning children?
No, meaning that he was using a parable to relate to himself and the children of Israel, the apostles. Yeah, that's what he was doing.
I get mixed up sometimes.
It's all good. It's all good. But remember, he was just using symbolism, parable form, to relay a message. Christ did that a lot,
But when I read it in my Bible dictionary, it didn't say anything.
Well, you're not going to be able to read the understanding in there. You're only going to be able to read definition. Yeah, you're not going to be able to read the understanding. The understanding comes through, first of all, studying, and then the context of the chapter, understanding what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right.
But I wasn't getting it at first.
Right. It's all good. Yeah.
All right. In this chapter, I was actually reading. I understood what Christ was talking about. He was talking to the woman, and he was talking about the water at the well. He was talking about how, the woman he asked the woman to give him water. And
okay.
He goes and says that this water that he can give is the water that makes it so you don't thirst anymore. And then also they talked about his disciples going away to get meat. And then he goes and drops a parable about the meat that he got towards when the disciples came back. He started talking to them about the meat that
where's the question at? Where's your question at?
It was in
find it real quick and then we'll go.
Just say meat.
When he went into talking about her husband, and I didn't understand. It was a certain point I didn't understand in 16. I didn't understand how he came up with it.
Okay, let's read it.
So,
16 and
Read where we at.
It's First John. It's John chapter 4 and verse 16. It says, Jesus said unto her, "Go call thy husband and come hither."
Read in the mic. Where we at?
This is John chapter 4 verse 16.
A question we have in there. Go ahead.
Jesus said unto her, "Go call thy husband and come hither." The woman answered and said, "I have no husband." And Jesus said unto her, "Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast 5 husbands. And when he whom thou knowest not thou hast is not thine husband. In this saidest thou truth." I didn't understand. Like, was he saying that? Because she was saying, "I ain't got a husband."
Right.
But then he comes back and says,
remember, he's checking her mind state. Christ knows ahead of time really what's in. Remember, he said he knows what's in the hearts of the sons of men. So when she's relaying to him that she has no husband, he knows she was lying. You see that? He knew she was lying. So that's why he says, yeah, the guy you're with now, because you lied to me, the guy you're with now, that guy is not your husband. Why? Because you have 5 husbands. We know according to the law that the first man you sleep with is your husband. So if she has 5, then the guy she's with really is not her husband.
So we made him from the story because it went from discussing water, because in the story it was just talking about, listen, the woman was supposed to get the water, and then Christ.
Go ahead and read out. Read where it starts, so we can.
This is John chapter 4 and verse 11. The woman, actually we'll go to verse 10. Verse 9, sorry. Verse 9. Then said the woman of Samaria to him, "How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me,
right,
which am a woman of Samaria?"
Right. So this is how it started. Right? Yeah. She knew that Christ asked for water, and she knew that, why are you asking me for water? Right? But Christ is checking her. He's correcting her. Right? On how her dealings are. First of all, she's being disrespectful. Right? She needed to put some respect on his name. Right. Go ahead.
For the Jews have no dealing with Samaritans.
So she knew that. The Jews have no dealing with the Samaritans. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Yahushua answered and said unto her, "If thou knewest the gift of the Most High, and who is that said to thee?"
Right. So I'm asking you for water, and instead, you being a woman, instead of you giving me the water, you want to come out and say, "Oh, you know what? Why are you asking me for water? You know the Jews have no dealing with the Samaritans." So she's being disrespectful instead of giving him water. Right? So he comes back and says what?
"Give me to drink, that thou wouldest have asked of him."
Right.
"And he would have given thee living water."
Right. If you would have knew who you were talking to, I'm the one that has the water that makes you not thirst no more. I have the living water, the word. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 11. The woman said to him, "Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with."
Right. So once again, she's being a smart ass again. Right? She's being sarcastic. I was gonna say sarcastic, but she's really just being a smart ass. Like, you ain't got nothing to draw with. Where's your thing you gonna draw water out with? Where's your pitcher? Right? Go ahead.
"And the well is deep."
Right?
"From whence then hast thou that living water?"
Right. So she didn't understand, but at the same time, she was being a smart ass. Go ahead.
Verse 12. "Art thou greater than our father Jacob?"
Now she's trying to graft herself in. Now she's trying to graft herself in. First, she knows that the Jews have no dealing with the Samaritans. She said that out of her own mouth, right? Now she's trying to relate herself to being of the father Jacob, of our father Jacob, right? Go ahead. Yeah, you had a question for you?
First John chapter 4.
Why the Samaritans and the Jews wasn't like?
Because we didn't deal with the other nations.
At the time.
It was supposed to be at any time. You know what I mean?
Real.
Yeah, that we didn't supposed to deal or mingle with the other nations. Now we knew that. We knew that it didn't happen. It didn't turn out that way all the time. But that's the way it was supposed to be. All right, go ahead, read on.
This is John chapter 4 and verse 12. Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us the well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle?
Right, so that's what she tried to do. She tried to engraft herself in now. Right? Make her part of Israel.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. Yahweh answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh this water shall thirst again.
Right, so the physical water, you're going to constantly need that water. Go ahead.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
He was speaking of that spiritual water. The out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. The word, the life, the spirit. Go ahead.
But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Right. So you see that? Right. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 15. The woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water.
Right. Now she wanted some of that water because she got it. She understood. Dang, I want some of that living water.
Right.
All right. Are we at the verse yet?
15, because it goes into 16. That's where he asked about her husband.
Okay, go.
Read on.
Have we read it yet?
No, it's coming.
Okay, go ahead, read on.
That I thirst not, neither come hither to draw.
Right.
Verse 16. Yahweh said unto her, Go, call thy husband and come hither.
Right. Now, what is he doing?
Checking.
He's checking her mind state. He's checking her. He's showing her that you are off.
Right.
You are wrong. You're out of the way. Right? That's what he's going to do. Go ahead.
Verse 17. The woman answered and said, I have no husband.
Right.
Yahweh said unto her, Thou hast well said, I have no husband.
Right. So you're telling the truth on that. Right? Go ahead.
For thou hast had 5 husbands.
Right, because you've been adulterous. He's showing her you've been adulterous. Go ahead.
And he whom thou now hast is not thy husband.
Right, because why? She lied to him. She is sleeping with somebody. But she's an adulteress.
Right, I'm trying to figure out like where did he get that? Because it never mentioned nothing about her husband. So he obviously he was, like you said, he was testing her.
He knew. Remember, the scripture saying he knew what was in the hearts of man. So he knew she was lying. He was a prophet, right? Yeah.
Could that be a precept for Ecclesiastes 26 about she opens her mouth and thirsty at the fountain?
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Right.
I mean,
you're like, dang, I was pulling from the back then. You know. Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, read on.
Come on. Verse 18.
Anybody got a razor? Go ahead.
For thou hast had 5 wives.
But thou hast
5 husbands.
Thou hast had 5 husbands. Right? So you get it, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And he whom thou now hast is not thy husband.
Right.
In that saidest thou truly.
Right. So you see it, right?
Right. So basically, he was trying to, like you say, he was showing her mind state because she was off from the beginning when the way she
was off from the beginning. She was disrespectful.
Right. Gotcha.
She needed to put some respect on his name.
Come on.
Then she tried to play him by engrafting herself.
Yeah. Then she tried to play him by engrafting herself, and then she lied to him about her having a husband. That's why he asked her. He said, "Go get your husband," right?
Right.
Yeah.
Did he answer that? He asked, "Go get your husband." Why? Because he knew what she was gonna say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of lost when you come to this husband.
What are you lost?
Okay, she said that, all right, I have no husband. All right, when you say, well, you have had 5.
Don't break it, bro. If it gotta stay in, it gotta stay in. Yeah.
How did she get 5? I mean, like.
Well, according to the Bible, when a man lays with a woman, that's all she's supposed to deal with. See, if she leaves that husband, she's an adulteress. right? Watch. Go to Romans. So first go to Exodus 22. Go to Exodus 22 verse 16 first, and then we'll go to Romans 10.
22 and 16.
And go to Exodus 22 verse 16. I know y'all know this, but he's new, so he needs the base. He needs those scriptures.
Exodus chapter 22 verse 16.
Yeah.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed.
So if you deal with a woman, or you meet a woman that is not married, she's not promised to. Betrothal means you're promised. She's promised to somebody else. So if you meet a woman and you entice her, go ahead.
And lie with her.
Right. You lay with her. Go ahead.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So you laid with this woman. Now you have to go to the step of making her your wife. You see that? Because you already did it. You already laid with her. You see that? So now all you got to do is let everybody else know. This is it. We're already together. So that's what the ceremony was for, to let everybody else know you already laid with this woman. That's your wife. You see that? So what she did was she laid with many husbands.
Right. Very promiscuous.
She was an adulteress. That's why he said, the man you have with now, he's not that, they're your husband.
All right, let's back up a little bit. I'm not getting this.
What part are you not getting?
Okay, like, how can she just continue to have a husband?
Well, she was an adulteress. She was a harlot.
So I mean, like the first one, seems like she go to the second.
Right.
So
it didn't give that account like what happened, but she obviously committed adultery because he said the man you're with now is not your husband. So she left. Listen, they're nations. They don't believe like us.
Okay.
Right? The Jews have no dealing with the Samaritans. So it's just like America. What do they teach our people? Unless you have a piece of paper or a ring, you're not married.
Right.
But Christ was showing her, you done lay with all these men. And the guy you were laying with now is not your husband. Like you done went sleeping around.
So it's not like the first one used to be and now it's the second one is. It's not like that.
Well,
I mean,
the first guy she lay with was supposed to be your husband. For whatever reason, she didn't keep him, and then went on and on and on to the fifth guy. Right?
So I mean, okay, so but they all was still her husband.
Yeah, camera back there. Huh?
So
No, they're not. They're not her husband because she's an adulteress.
Well, why did he say, well, you have five husbands?
Because the ideal is this: when a man lays with a woman lays with a man, she's married unto him. Right? Sex is marriage. So he was showing her you had sex with 5 men. What? Read Romans. Go to Romans. 7. Yeah, Romans 7, verse 1.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
For the woman which had a husband is born by law to her husband.
So a woman that sleeps with a man, okay, biblically, remember, she's a heathen. So he checked her because she's heathen and doing heathenistic acts. Okay? So, but according to us Hebrews, we know when a man lays with the woman, what a woman lays with that man, that's the law is you're married.
That's law.
That's the law. You get that?
Yeah, I got that one. What I'm still confused about here is like, how can you? Well,
You know what? I know what you're asking. You're thinking with a American mind state on how to understand something biblically. We went over this last night in class. The thing is this. You see how these questions keep coming though? The same question. It must be the spirit. But you're thinking with an American mind state. You're thinking, oh, marriage is a ring and a piece of paper. And that's the only way you think of marriage. Marriage, we think of marriage biblically, a man sleeping with a woman. So what Christ was saying is you slept around. You slept with 5 guys. That's all he's saying.
So there's like, okay, I guess I'm back to this state of mind. There's no divorce, right? I mean, like,
biblically, there wasn't supposed. Christ said the only way you can divorce is through fornication or adultery, through sleeping around or fornication. That's the only way you would be able to divorce. You see that? Watch. Read that.
This is Romans chapter 7, verse 2. For the woman which had a husband is bound by the law to her husband, so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law.
Right.
Of
so
her husband.
she's supposed to be with that man all the way to that's it to she dies. But if he died, then she's loose from that law. That's the only way she can be freed from that law.
what if he doesn't die and she go and be with someone else?
She's Raj. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
So
then if, while her husband liveth, she be married to another man, she shall be called an adulteress.
Right. So that's what Christ was showing her. Christ was showing her she's an adulteress. That's what he meant by you have 5 husbands. He was showing her you slept around with 5 people, you're a whore. But Christ was doing it a little more respectfully. He was calling her a whore without saying, you dog-ass heathen hoe.
Right.
Yeah, you shameless woman. He was doing it that way. You know how nowadays we go about a different way and say, you're a whore. Right? He was doing it in a professional way. Calling her a harlot, calling her adulteress.
So no matter what, she still has a body.
No, you're not getting it. Yeah, she didn't have 5 husbands. She slept with 5 men.
But she only had 1 husband.
But the husband that she was with at that time, when he was correcting her, he wasn't the husband because she was an adulteress. Yeah, listen. A woman is married. Let's take this out of our mind. A woman is married. She goes to sleep with 5 guys. Is the guy she married to her husband anymore? If she's sleeping around with 5 guys? No, he's not, because she's a whore. She's sleeping around with 5 guys. Obviously, that agreement, that bond has been broke. So that's what Christ was telling this woman. You get it? All right.
It was called the way he.
Yeah. See, and that's the problem. You're thinking from a marriage as in a paper and a ring. We didn't think of marriage that way. We thought of marriage as when you laid with her, that was your woman. So yeah, so he's letting her know you done laid with 5 or 6 guys. All right, so y'all get that, right?
Same goes vice versa with the guy. Right?
Same what goes with the guy, right? He's supposed to, when he lays with a woman, he's supposed to take that woman to be his wife. Okay, he wasn't supposed to be sleeping around talking about, oh yeah, that's my side booty. He's supposed to take the responsibility at that woman is his wife. You know what I mean? You got that? All right, if that's it, do we have any other questions on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, it's just a question online.
Okay.
It says, Isaiah chapter 65, verse 1 through 3.
Okay, let's go there. Isaiah 65, 1 to 3.
Yes, he talk about incense burning. Are we not to burn then? Verse 4 through 25, he is talking about the churches, question mark.
Isaiah 65, verse 1. Let's read it.
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 1.
This is his question, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Are we supposed to burn incense?
Go ahead.
I have sought of them that asked not of me, for I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name.
Mm-hmm.
I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people.
All right, well, it's telling you right here what's going on. It's telling you, brother, that the Israel, this is, as we read on, this is Israelites in a rebellious, wicked mind state. They weren't in a right mind state like the priests when they were offering, when they were sacrificing. Okay, go ahead.
Which walketh in a way that was not good.
Right.
After their own thoughts.
Right. See, they started worshiping other gods, idols, Molech, Balaam, basically Satan, burning their children, sacrificing their kids, right, to these gods, right? Orgies in the temple. They had what do they call them?
Sweatshops?
No, sweat lodges. Yeah, all that too, swingers, but they had sweat lodges to where they would burn these incense, hallucinogens, and they would sit in there, like you got a lot of our people doing now, and sit in these sweat lodges, man, and hallucinate. So this is what they were doing to these other gods. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face.
Right.
That sacrificeth in gardens.
Yeah, they sacrifice in gardens. So when we go, it goes into the incense. Yeah, we can burn incense. But these Israelites back then, they were burning incense unto other gods, sacrificing to demons.
Right.
Go ahead.
And burneth incense upon altars of bricks.
Right.
Which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments.
Yeah, so, necromancy, dealing with
dead bodies?
Yeah, dealing with dead bodies. Wow. This is what they were doing. It's nothing different what they're doing nowadays.
Right.
Go ahead.
Which eat swine's flesh.
They do what?
Eat swine's flesh.
Yeah, so that's what they were doing. They were like the heathen. They were sacrificing to these gods. They were eating pig. They were sacrificing pigs on the altar. It got demonic. Go ahead.
And broth of abominable things in there.
That broth of abominable things, like every Thanksgiving, you sitting down eating you a bowl of chitlins. You sitting down eating what's the gumbo? Yeah. You sitting down eating the gumbo. That's the broth of abominable things, right? Go ahead.
Things is in their vessels, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than you.
Right.
These are a smoke in my nose.
Yeah, the Most High saying, well, it tells you in the scriptures that our prayers go to the Most High like incense. But he's saying, this what you're burning to me, sacrificing to these gods, is an irritation to me. The Most High is irritated by this smoke, by this noise, by your prayer. Go ahead.
A fire that burneth all the day.
Right. So that, remember, reading it from verse 1, it's talking about Israelites that are wicked and that were off, and they went out of the way of the Most High. So yeah, it's okay to burn incense. But you're not you're supposed to be burning them to the Most High. Like when we burn our frankincense and myrrh, it represents our prayers going up to the Most High. That's the symbolic meaning of it. And then, besides the scent, the smell good. So otherwise, yes, it's okay to burn them, but not burning them to other gods. All right?
The scripture there, because these rotten prayers, like to use this one and say it's okay to smoke. So when we're talking about the smoking, talking about smoking weed,
Right. Right. Well, first of all, this is talking about what it does to the Most High. He says, which say, stand by thyself, come not near me, for I am holier than thou. That's what they say. Right? Then he comes back and says, these are a smoke in my nose. So it's showing you that to the Most High, the incense that come up is not talking about even smoking. It's talking about smoke in the nose. You know what I mean? It's an irritation to the Most High. So it's not talking about that the Most High is getting high. It's telling you that your incense, because it tells you, remember in, where is it at? It's a face sacrifice. Right, verse 3. a people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrifice in gardens and burn incense upon the altars of brick. He's not talking about smoking. He's talking about they're burning the incense and sacrificing to gods. Those incense are a smoke, an irritation to his nose. Y'all get that? Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So gardens refer to.
You said, say that again, bro?
You sacrifice in gardens. So what is he like saying?
Right. Well, that's where these other gods were in. They're in these high gardens, to where the monuments, they used to sacrifice them on like these you know, a good thing is like have you seen Apocalypto? Well, anyway, they had these mountains. They had these mounts to where they go up and they would sacrifice on these mountains in these gardens. Yeah, so that's what it was. It was yeah, they were killing their kids, man. Just like that movie Apocalypto. They take you to the highest part of the pyramid, and then they were sacrificing you there, and your body rolled down with your head. Yeah, that's the same thing they were doing, man. That's a perfect rendition of what sacrificing was about. Or they would sacrifice their kids and throw them in the fire. Yeah, a lot of Israelites was doing that, man. We got wicked.
So what were they expecting in return?
Say that again?
What were they expecting in return for the sacrifice?
Say that again?
What were they expecting in return for the sacrifice? You know, like their kids.
Oh,
So what so like what did they
when they did it, what did they expect? Well, they start believing in, if I sacrifice my children, then it'll rain. We'll get blessings on the earth. Right. Yeah, it was evil, brother. That fortunes and money.
That they're doing now.
Like the same way they're doing now. You know what I mean? If I go to work and I sacrifice spending time with my kids and I'm all about money, and I leave my kids to Dora the Explorer or some faggot on TV, right, I'm going to be successful. Same mentality. See, the thing, or if I rip my baby out of me and with a hanger, or which is abortion, right? I can go ahead and succeed in society because this baby's gonna hold me back. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip that baby out of me. That way I don't have to know or deal with that responsibility. So, but I'm gonna do that so I can be successful. Oh, baby, you can't deal with this baby right now. You have this baby, that's gonna change your life. Go take care of that. Same way they did back then, they're just doing it in another way by sacrificing their kids for their money, riches, you know, freedom. Same thing they're doing. They're just doing it, you know, in a hospital room. So yeah, but yeah, go there real quick. Go to Exodus 30, verse 1.
This is Exodus chapter 30, verse 1.
Exodus 30, verse 1.
And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense upon. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it.
Right. So we burned incense, but these were the right incense. See, what they were doing, when we burned incense, it was like what we're doing now. They were burning, jump to verse 9.
Verse 9. Ye shall offer no strange incense thereof.
Right.
Nor burnt sacrifices, nor meat offerings.
Right. So what they was doing is sacrificing swine's flesh.
Right.
See, that's what they were doing. That was filthy, right, to the Most High. Then with the incense they were burning, they were burning these incense, and like I said earlier, it was that peyote, it was that, you know, the hallucinogens, to where they was in the temple, man. It got filthy, brother. They learned this from the heathens in the nation. But they were burning these incense and they were having sex in the temple. You know what I mean? They were doing anything and everything to defy the Most High.
Right. It's like that story we read where as soon as we lost the temple, the first things the heathen did was smear pig's blood in.
Yeah.
Because they knew straight off the bat, like, yeah, this is defiled.
Yeah.
And bread today. That's why they stick it in every corner store.
Right.
That's why you get a pack of bacon, a pack of hot dogs, and you get anything in your corner store. If you read it, it got pork in it.
Right.
Because they know. That's how you keep these people clean.
Yeah. How do you keep them filthy? Like keep feeding them the filthy things, keeping their mind filthy. But if you go to First Maccabees, real quick, just to add to this one, what they were doing. What is it? Let me see. Is it 348? Let me see.
Are we talking about 51? 351?
No. Is it 51?
When our sanctuary is struck down?
No, but no. No, this is they sacrifice swine's flesh. 1 and 40. Let me see. 1 and 43. First Maccabees 1 verse 43. This shows you. This gives you a little idea of what they were doing. I mean, and you could go through all the scriptures, like, and through Isaiah, Jeremiah, and through Ezekiel, and find out what Israel was doing. It was filthy as hell. It was wicked as hell. Listen, it says that we have taught the wicked ones our ways. You know, you got to think about it.
Yeah, so we did that on purpose.
No, you got to think about it. We learned this wickedness from the nations, right?
Right.
But who's better at it?
Yeah.
They are.
We are.
No, Israelites.
Look at
Like,
the section.
yeah, look at the faggot. You know what I mean? You know, you got CNN. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all Leonard.
Huh?
CNN, Y'all Leonard.
Anderson Cooper.
Oh,
Like you never think that he's a faggot.
Right.
You're like he looks like a regular. He don't talk sweet. He don't talk sweet. He don't. You know, he's not changing his voice.
Right.
Right. That's how the white man are homosexuals. But let a black man become a homosexual. You know what I mean? You like even looking on CNN, you got Don Lemon.
Yeah, he's good.
You got Don Lemon's a straight. Yeah, he's a faggot. But look at him. Look at his lips.
Right.
It's like
sweet cupcake.
this nigga look like his lips like he goes to the bathroom and tops everybody off in there.
Damn.
You look at Anderson Cooper, he's a fag, but it's when the black man is wicked, it's a open disdain. It's a disgraceful thing. You know, they're the ones that put on the pumps and walk. Not saying, yeah, look at RuPaul.
They go into that.
Not saying the white man don't do it. The thing is that when you look at the black man, they go all out. Right. So, you know, we teach the wicked ones how to be more wicked. Yeah. You know what I mean? But read this real quick.
Oh, First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 43.
Yeah.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
Right.
And sacrificed unto idols.
Yeah, you see that? So we started to believe not only just here in the Greco-Roman Empire, but in the Babylonian and the Assyrian and the Persian and Mede. This is what happened. We started dealing with their gods. We consented to their belief, their religion. Go ahead.
And profaned the Sabbath.
Yeah, read.
For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah,
right,
that they should follow the strange laws of the land.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about yesterday. You'll follow the laws of the land and consent to their religion more than you believe the Most High. The strange laws, right? Go ahead.
And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice.
To the Most High. They forbid the righteous sacrifices. Go ahead.
In the temple. And that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days.
Right. So that's what they did. Instead of high holy days, Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, First Fruits, they got you celebrating Christmas. They got you celebrating Thor. They got you honoring these different gods. The moon god, the sun god, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Odin's day, right? Thor's day. You know, Friday was Fritcha. Yeah, it was another god. I forgot which one. Saturday, Saturn's day. Sunday, the sun god, right? They got you celebrating all these days instead of the days of the Most High. Yeah.
What can I pick up that would tell me about the calendar, you know, like the changing of
the days. There is something, man. I gotta check. I'll look for it. I'll figure it out.
I wanted to kind of figure it out.
That's something. I was thinking, is it the two Babylons?
Two Babylons. That's Babylon.
The two Babylon has the days in there? Yeah, I think two Babylons. The two Babylons. It's called Two Babylons by Alexander Hislop.
What about the book you have with people?
I don't think they go into the days. I don't think they go into the days like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but let's finish this up, just for the brother online.
Verse 45. And forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath days and festival days.
Right.
And pollute the sanctuary and holy people.
Yeah, read.
Set up altars and groves and chapels of idols.
You see that? So when you go back to Isaiah 65, they set up groves and idols and chapels. Go ahead.
And sacrifice swine's flesh.
You see that? That's why it said there in Isaiah, abominable broth, abominable things, because they would sacrifice these things and eat them. Go ahead.
And unclean beasts.
Right. So, y'all see that, right? Yeah, it goes down. Verse 48. Go ahead.
Verse 48. That they should also leave their children uncircumcised,
right,
and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and
profanation.
Yeah,
so this is what happened, man. This is what they're doing today. It ain't no different today.
Right.
Ain't no different today when you bow down to America's laws, rules, religions, philosophies, and doctrines. The same thing. All right. Yeah. That Two Babylons is online on Barnes and Nobles for $10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it went down.
Oh,
So.
no,
All right, so was that it on it?
No, with that question, we got one more about what is fornication.
Well, fornication. See, you got fornication. You got two definitions, because you got fornication when a woman sleeps around, when a man sleeps around and does, is sexually promiscuous. And then you got spiritual fornication, which we did with the other nations. We slept and deal with their God. Okay, we can get that. That's Jeremiah. Hold on one second. It's give me the one where Christ said, except it be for we can't put away your wife except you adultery fornication. Give me that one. And then while y'all getting that one, I want to get the other one. Oh, well, the one I just asked for is Matthew 5:32. But
Matthew chapter 5, verse 32. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication,
right,
causeth her to commit adultery.
Right. So, in this context, he's using fornication on both sides. Okay. Now I want you to look up fornication. Give me an expectation. What you got? You got that, right? Where's that at?
Fornication?
Yeah, fornication. And then give me Ezekiel. Go to Ezekiel 16, verse 29.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 29.
Right.
Ezekiel chapter 16.
I thought there was another one that says, man, the one I was looking for was in Jeremiah. Though.
Verse 29.
Go ahead, read that.
Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication.
Right. Hold on. Let us read up a little bit, right? So, and we're just showing that Christ was talking about this fornication. When a woman sleeps around and go deal with another man, that's adultery, right? But this fornication is going into now, I'm promiscuous, I'm sleeping around, but I'm also being influenced by other gods, other nations, right? I'm bowing down to them. That's the same thing. So we're going to find that out as this word fornication is used in two different things. You got the definition yet?
Oh, it was just speaking of sexual, consensual.
That's in the Zondervan?
Oh.
Look at the Zondervan. Go ahead, read.
This is Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto the Chaldea, and yet thou wast not satisfied herewith.
Yeah, you want to read up though. Verse 25.
Verse 25.
Right.
Thou hast built thy high place in every head of the way.
Right.
And hast made thy beauty to be abhorred.
Right.
And
So, well, remember, it's kind of long what we just went over too. The high places were the groves, where they were sacrificing swine flesh, we find out. So this is what Israel was doing. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way. Go ahead.
And hast made thy beauty to be abhorred.
Right. So we were supposed to be an example to the nations. That it said that we're lifted up, and that our wisdom, our example, the nations were supposed to say, this is a wise and understanding people. That was supposed to be our beauty. Go ahead.
And has opened thy feet to every one.
They have what?
Has opened thy feet to every one.
They what?
Opened thy feet to every one.
They have spread their legs, but not sexually only, but by worshiping these other gods. So this is how fornication is used, and a promiscuous but a spiritual way also. You spiritually commit fornication. Go ahead.
Has opened thy feet to every one that passeth by.
Right. Y'all see that, right? Go ahead.
And multiplied thy whoredoms. Verse 26. Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians.
Right.
Thy neighbors. Great of flesh.
Right.
And hast increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger.
Right. Go ahead.
27. Behold, therefore I have stretched out my hand over thee, and have diminished thine ordinary food.
Right. So you'll see that, right? So the word, this fornication, biblically, is used in two ways. It's not only used in the way of dealing with other gods, but it's also used in sleeping around and being promiscuous and being fornicated. Yeah.
Two questions. First, well, I have the definition in here. What was that chapter and verse?
That was 16, Ezekiel 16, verse 25.
Okay. And I have fornication right here.
Is it on point or no?
God, it is.
Okay.
It says, often figurative of disloyalty.
Right. You see that? Now, we're reading the definition out of the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary.
God.
Okay. It says, often what?
Often of disloyalty. Idolatry is practically adultery from God.
Right. So you see that? So idolatry is like adultery. See, so when the Most High, that's why, I mean, we could go deep on this. That's why Israel, the Most High said, okay, you want to commit adultery with these other nations, I'm going to have your wives commit adultery with another man. And he gave our wives to another nation. That was the punishment in Deuteronomy. See? So this is because we committed spiritual fornication, spiritual adultery. Go ahead.
Come on, verse
This,
no, read on.
This ugly sin ought not to be a subject of conversation and is commonly associated with the obscene worship of the heathen.
Right. So y'all get that, right? So it's both ways. A lot of people think fornication is just sleeping around and being promiscuous. It's both. If she brings a Christmas tree in the house and worshiping other gods and sacrificing to idols, you got to stay away from that. Y'all get that? Okay. Yeah.
And I wanted to get it, but in Hosea chapter 1 verse 2, he talks about because Israel became whores, he made him marry a woman of whoredom.
Yeah, there you go. Right, and the one I wanted originally, let me hit this one because it's gonna go right with yours. Go to Jeremiah 3 verse 1. But that Ezekiel go hard, huh?
Jeremiah.
Said you open up the legs, you open up your feet. Man. All right, go ahead and read that. Jeremiah 3 verse 1.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Go ahead.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
You see that? So they've been whores. Israel's been whores with what?
Many nations.
Many nations. But as in sleeping with them? No. As in that too, but in dealing with their gods. Their practices and traditions and religions and beliefs. Go ahead.
And have played the harlot with many lovers.
Right. So you see how whore in this way is used as what? For dealing with their gods. Go ahead.
Yet return again to me, saith the Lord.
Right. So you see that, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, lift up thine eyes unto the high places.
Right.
And see where thou hast not been laying with.
Right. What high places? The monuments, the idols, the worshiping, the sacrificing. Those are the high places to where they laid with.
Right.
So they didn't sleep with the high places. Well, they did that too, but it was showing you that they gave their spirit to those things instead of the Most High. Go ahead.
In the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness, and thou hast polluted the land with the whoredoms and with thy wickedness.
Right. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
Therefore the showers have been withholden.
Right. Why have your blessings been withholden? Because you want to go sleep with every other nation. You want to deal with every other ideal, every other doctrine. That's why your household don't get blessed. That's why your household ain't unified. That's why the husband don't agree with the wife don't agree with the husband, the children don't agree with the parents. Why? Because you want to serve every other god. Go ahead.
And there has been no latter rain.
Right. So y'all get that, right? Now go ahead. Where you at?
Go to Hosea chapter 1. You can actually start at verse 2.
Yeah, right.
Hosea chapter 1.
And verse 2.
Hosea chapter 1, verse 2. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land had committed great whoredom, departed from the Lord.
So the Most High is using symbolism with Hosea. So listen, don't take you a wife of whoredom, because these are the acts that Israel is doing to the Most High. Read.
For the land had committed great whoredom, departed from the Lord. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son. And the Lord said unto him, call his name Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to seize the kingdom of the house of Israel.
So he's showing you right now, he's using these children to symbolically check Israel for the whoredom that they're doing with these other nations and these other gods and these other things that they're bringing into the temples and whatever they're doing. The Most High is now saying, listen, I want to take Hosea, who is the prophet, and I will make him marry this lady who's a whore and got children of whoredom to show you that you have a whore's forehead. Your thought process is whorish. You're going around and let other things influence you.
Right.
Read.
Verse 5. And it shall come to pass at that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. And she conceived again, and bare a daughter. And God said unto him, call her name Lo-Ruhamah. I know I ain't saying that right. Lo-Ruhamah. Lo-Ruhamah.
Right.
For I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel.
See, he's showing you. These children that were being born were symbolic to show Israel. These are the things that the Most High is about to put on you. Because of the whoredom, because of the things that you chose to have more precedence over him and the laws that were set over them. So now he had to use a prophet to him to put him so that he could bring forth these children that would be symbolic for the punishments that the Most High was putting on us.
Right.
So I just wanted to use that. And as you go down, she's bearing more children.
Yeah.
And then it just keeps going into, listen, this child is going to be symbolic for cutting you off.
Right.
This child is going to be symbolic for, you're going to start losing battles.
Right.
Like he said, that he's going to bend the bow. He's going to kill their strength.
Damn.
You ain't going to be able to fight. It's going to get to where you're just going to be washed up. But I'm not going to let Israel be destroyed. I'm not going to let Judah be destroyed.
Right.
So as you read in the story, he's using these symbolic things to show you, he's always used us and given us symbolic things to wake us up. Say, you think you got this certain strength. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let him go over here and do this. And then it's really, you looking at it, if you're looking at it from a plain eye, you think it's just about kids. But he's showing us, no, I'm using this to show you, look at the whoredom. Look how you give yourself over to these other things.
Right, yeah, that's just like Israel, man. A lot of times brothers lose their focus and then they women start tripping.
Yeah.
So the Most High is like, okay, you want to be a whore and go a whoring and deal with other ideals and doctrines, and then they women start acting up and start dealing with other ideals and other doctrines and other philosophies because you're not focused.
Right.
But go from there. Go to 1 Corinthians 5 verse 1, just to show you. So we went to the Old Testament to show you that fornication in Ezekiel 25. Ezekiel 16:25 show you that fornication was spiritually.
Good.
All right, but then here it tells you it's physical.
Good.
So it's used as both. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1. It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you.
Right.
And such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles.
Right.
That one should have his father's wife.
Right. So you see that?
Good.
So that's fornication. It's sleeping around, orgies, sexual things. You know what I mean?
Good.
But the Strong's is the best definition. What it says harlotry. It says harlotry, including adultery and incest, figuratively idolatry. You see that? So it's showing you two. All right. So hopefully that answers your question, brother. From the scripture standpoint and from the definition. The definition says it, but now you got the scriptures to back it also. All right. Any other questions on there?
I just had a comment.
Yeah.
Like I remember reading that Hosea like a while back, and like I didn't think of it in that way.
Right.
So like that was nice, man. Just to go back over that and
Yeah.
actually get that edifying.
Yeah.
Because I remember telling my real about that, and like, man, Most High just told the prophet to go get a hoe. You know? And
right.
I didn't realize.
Listen, Ezekiel ate cow dung.
Good.
Then who walked around naked? Who was that?
Saul?
Was it Isaiah?
No, I think it was Isaiah.
I think it was Isaiah that walked around naked.
You had to sleep on one side.
Yeah, the Most High had the prophets do things just to show Israel how filthy they were.
Right. So that's
You know what I mean? Like to eat cows dung. The Most High was going to make him eat humans dung.
Yeah.
Human dung cakes. But he said, okay, he said, do cow dung. Why? To show how filthy Israel was. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And, a lot of times you'll see that. The Most High had these prophets go through it, bro. And we look at it and think about it. Think about the Most High putting you through just the little stuff you go through. You start snapping over just commitment and consistency. They had to eat shit bread.
You actually, look, you actually doing stuff. Like imagine you got a family, you got your wife, and then you start doing things. And the Most High say, oh, okay, since you want to go outside of the box, I'm gonna make you have a child. But this is gonna be the child of disobedience.
Right.
And then so you tripping because you looking at it like, wow, why is he acting like this? Well, if you go back to the original conversation,
right,
because you chose to think outside of the box,
right,
now you gotta bear this child of disobedience.
Right. We were talking about that the other day. Like a lot of things you do in the world, they come and get you back. You have to pay for it back when you get the truth. You think, oh, that's gone. You think that's gone, and it's like the Most High, you reap what you sow. You know what I mean? So, you know, it comes back to bite you, and you thinking like, well, I'm under the shade of the Most High, but that's that sin reminding you what sin is to stay away from that. You know what I mean? You get the babies' mamas that want to be disgruntled, you know, want to get you for everything. It's like, that shows you, it's a reminder to tell you, okay, look what happens when you don't use wisdom.
Right.
Look what happens. That's why you're in the truth, supposedly going down the right path. But a lot of brothers, it comes back to bite them, and they're thinking like, well, I'm under the shade of the Most High. Why is this happening? Because the Most High is reminding you what you did in the world, to hate the evil, to love the good. You know? So, yeah. What's that?
I was going to ask you, in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9, go with what we were just talking about, like how the Most High had the prophets walking around naked about to eat done.
Right. Because
it's saying that we were made a spectacle unto the world.
Right, exactly.
God.
Yeah, we were made a spectacle unto the world, man. But even now, it's on a different level. That affliction, the trials, and everything we're going through for Christ, that's the spectacle.
God.
You know, to man and angels. All right, y'all got anything? Anybody got anything?
I just got the sister from Louisiana.
Sister from Louisiana, what'd she say?
She was just saying, I texted last night, we'll have to talk about Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, she can hit me up. Sister LaShawn?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she can hit me up if she does. My number is 321-960-8411. So you can hit me up, sis, if you want to rap about Louisiana. Yeah.
Oh, the question I have is kind of like, it wasn't really, it might be important. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. Me personally, a hobby I have is writing. Like making up stories.
You said what? Your hobby?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is writing. I like, making up stories and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, when it comes to the Most High, I mean, can you, like, joke around about him and the writing and stuff like that? Can you?
Listen, the Most High is not mocked. You don't want to mock the Most High. You know what I mean? The Most High is not to be joked with like that.
So, I mean, what if it's, like, true, but you kind of, like, tell it in a joking manner?
You gotta know what you're dealing with. You gotta know what you're really doing, man, because you don't wanna mock the Most High. You understand? It's not a joke. You don't want to blaspheme. That mocking gets into blasphemy. So you gotta watch how you joke around.
Okay, there's this part I'm working on. This politician. But it's kind of like got this thing, kind of like you might want to kind of like pitch him about Donald Trump. And he's running for election, so he's kind of like, telling people things when he put it in a kind of like a joking manner. So, I mean, there's a little sketch in that.
Like I said, listen, brother. You don't want to blaspheme the Most High. You don't want to blaspheme the scriptures. You don't want to blaspheme and mock the Most High. God is not mocked. You understand? So you want to say, the scriptures say, stay away from all appearance of evil. So when you get that line that it's obscured, that it looks like you can be mocking the Most High, don't mess with that. Keep your spirit clean. Because you go into that side, bro, you say something that is against the spirit. You know what I mean? And I know where you're going, but what I'm trying to tell you is this. You got to know more of these scriptures to be able to do that. You know, because we joke and be like, yeah, the Most High, he does this, but that's in a way of showing the greatness of the Most High. Like, the Most High smack you. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like what I'm doing.
Well, like I said, you gotta know these scriptures to be able to know what to say and what not to say. You gotta be very careful.
Yeah, even if it's truthful.
Yeah, but like I said, you don't want to mock the Most High. But speaking the truth is not a problem. We're talking about mocking the Most High, right? You gotta be careful. All right. All right, so no other questions on there? Okay, all right, so let's go into this Hebrew. Let's go into the Hebrew so we can get a little, knock that out and then hit the street speaking. Where we at on the Hebrew? Who remembers what symbol did we stop at as far as, Shah? Oh, Ha. Ha. Okay, so let's get the board out there. One of y'all soldiers grab that board.
Where do you place it? Right here?
No, place it right out here. All right. And then we're going to
How you going right here? To the side?
yeah, right there in the front. No, move it back that way. Yeah, that way y'all can write this down. And then you're gonna face the camera towards there.
Yes, sir.
And let's get the rest of these words out. Huh?
You use the paper towel.
Okay. Well, you're gonna be writing. Yeah, you'll be writing. All right. So we went through ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za. Now we're on ha. That's what we didn't do. Do we got a? Let me get mine out. Yeah. I got mine too. Before you take the test, you should already be fresh in your mind. All right, so did we go over Cha or no? Okay, so the meaning for Cha. So let's refresh over it. All right. We don't have to do the symbols over again. Or you know what? Let's just do the refreshing. Put on the top ba, ga, da, ha, wa, all the way to Cha. Is that right on there?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Right.
Za.
There you go. So stop right there. So we made it all the way to Cha. So ride with me, class. Ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, Cha. Okay, so Cha.
Circle with this line in it.
Cha.
Circle with a line? Yep.
Oh, no. I was playing with
No,
you.
don't do that.
No, I said the next one, right?
Erase that, dude. Ha. So, what does ha? Do we got a symbol? Well, I got for ha. Well, I got y'all don't have one yet, right?
Live.
Right. Okay, for ha, there's nothing right now. I'm gonna leave that one. I'll double check the one I got here. There's no we haven't found the where that hieroglyphic came from, okay, or this the meaning behind it yet. So leave that one empty. The next word or the next symbol is ta. All right, ta. Okay, so erase all those. They got that. Erase them all and just put ta up there. All right, ta. Okay. Yeah, do it big so they can see it. So while he's writing it, we're going to say it. That way, by the end of class, at this point, y'all should have it. Ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta. So ta. Ta. Okay. Ta. What do we have for ta? Nothing for ta. Okay. Also, we got to find the symbol for ta, where that comes from. Okay. Ta. Okay. So that's the next symbol. All right. Remember, these are the ancient letters. You have the modern, which we get into that. We'll get into the modern. The modern is what they have, what they use writings today. We're doing the ancient. And like I always keep saying, the ancient writings are for what? They're more for the historians, man. They're more for us that know, that understand that we go back to the original. But if you want to read a lot of hieroglyphics, Hebrew on it, it comes with this writing. It doesn't do it with the modern writing. So this is good for studying stuff like that, man. If you get into a little archaeology or anthropology, you know what I mean?
Stones.
Yeah, digging up the stones and the stelas. This is why this is good. So this is what?
Ta.
This is what class?
Ta.
This is what class?
Ta.
Right. So the next one is ka.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, ta ya. I'm sorry, I'm skipping. Ta ya. Okay, the next one is ya. So while he's writing it, let's say it. Ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, ai, pa, za, kwa, ra, sha, da. So this is the what? Ya. What is it, class?
Ya.
What is it, class?
Ya.
Ya. Now this comes from yad, right?
Yes.
Yad, which is what? Hand. Yad, which is hand. Yad, which is hand. So if you look at your hand, you see the palm of your hand?
Con.
You see that little design in the middle of your hand?
Con.
That's where this comes from. Yad. Yod.
Yod.
That's where they got that symbol from. So Abagada Hawaza.
Abagada Hawaza.
Khataya. Kalamana Sa'aipa.
Kalamana Sa'aipa.
Tza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. So we're on Ya, which is hand. It represents the hand or the palm of the hand, right? Which is Yod. Which is Yod. Or I'm sorry, not the palm of the hand. That's the next one. This is just hand. I'm tripping. I'm sorry. I messed up. When I said it was the palm, that's the next one. Yod is just for hand. Okay, like that. The hand. Right? You see that?
Yeah.
That's just the hand. Okay? Alright, the next one, which is Ka, right? Ka, which is copper hand. I mean, which is palm of hand.
Ka is palm of a hand.
Yeah, Ka comes from the palm of the hand. So Yod is hand.
Right.
Right. And then Ka comes from, it represents the palm of the hand. My bad, y'all. I got those two mixed up. Y'all got it? So Ka comes from Kop, which is palm of hand. Y'all got that? Y'all brothers that studying your test, you see Rayon's doing this off of his head. He don't got no paper. Why? Because he just passed his test. It's fresh in his brain.
I was looking and wondering.
You said what?
Just looking and wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, sis. Yeah, Sukkot. You don't want to turn it off.
I got it.
Yeah, just turn it down. That way it won't get too hot, because it's definitely going to get there too.
And then on these connectors, man, it's important to understand it because, like with the Yod, because it's even though it's two symbols, it makes one word connected.
So y'all got that, right? That symbol represents the palm of hand. The palm of your hand. Kop, which is palm of hand. Y'all got that? Con? Alright. So the next one is La. So hold on, wait till I get that online. Give him a little visual of that. Does he got a visual up there?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so that's the Ka, palm of hand.
And you can just turn it this way. So, yeah, there it is.
Right there?
A little bit more. They can see it, I just want to so they can see what area right there.
Right there? Okay, so while he writes the next one is La. Let's say it, class. La.
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 Bagada. Hawa. Za.
Za.
Kha.
Ta.
Ya. Ka. La. Ma. Na. Sa. I. Pa. Tza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Da. Abagada Hawa Za. Khataya. Kalamana Sa'aipa. Tza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. Tza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. So the next one is La. Y'all got that? La. And there's no we don't know the hieroglyphic or where this comes from yet. Okay? So who could say it?
The whole thing?
The whole thing. Zion, go ahead.
Huh. Abagada hawaza khataya kalamana sa'aipa tazakwara shata.
Wow. Ran.
Abagada hawaza.
You gotta talk louder. Go on, raise your voice. Go ahead. Raise your voice.
Abagada hawaza kataya kalamana sa'aipa tazakwara shata.
You guys gotta get that ha.
Ha.
The ha is not the ka. See, when you don't want your ka to sound like the ha. They both are different. Ha and ka. Y'all got that? Let's do it again, class. Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Ha.
Ta.
Ya. Ka. La. Ma. Na. Sa. I. Pa. Taza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. So now we're on ma. We're on ma. And I'm not trying to bombard y'all with the Hebrew, man. We're going over the alphabet or the symbols. We're going over the basics. I'm trying to get y'all to get that down, and then we can start doing the flashcards, and then to get the writing down. But see, I'm just going through what they mean, or where did the symbol come from, and how to say it. We're making it very basic. All right. What's that?
What does la mean?
No, there's no. We don't have it yet. We don't have a symbol for it yet. There's a book I gotta get. There's another book I gotta get, and I think it fills in the ones we don't have. I think it has it in there, but I gotta get that. Okay. All right. So we're on ma. Ma represents, the symbol comes from water. Okay, which is mayam. Like tahawam mayam means deep water. Yeah.
Now, what's the difference between the letter and the writing? In the sense of, like, I don't get it. Like,
there's just like a script, a different. It's like capitals. It's small. If you want to put it in there.
it's almost like cursive.
You put the lowercase
Almost
up?
in that cursive. You can tell it's not
No, you can go ahead.
all different. Right. Yeah. So ma, which is water. It comes from water. The symbol, which is mayam. Mayam. Y'all got it? Say it.
Mayam.
Mayam, which is water. That's where the ma comes from. All right. So while he's writing the next one is what? Na. Na. The next one is na. We don't have a symbol for na yet. But while he's writing the na, we're going to go ahead and say it. Could you say it right? You know your the alphabet? You know it? All right, let's say it again. Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya. Kalamana sa'aipa. Taza. Kwarashata. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. Abagada hawaza. Khataya. Kalamana sa'aipa. Taza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. Abagada hawaza. Khataya. Kalamana sa'aipa. Taza. Kwa. Ra. Sha. Tha. Rhea.
Abagada zaha.
Ooh, bring it back. Bring it. Go.
Abagada hawaza. Taya kalamana sa'aipa tzakorashata.
Zion.
Kalamana Abagada hawaza. Khataya. Kalamana sa'aipa tzakorashata.
Like a mop.
Abagada Hawaza Khataya Kalamana Sa'aipa Tazakwara Shata.
Everyone.
Abagada Hawaza Khataya Kalamana Sa'aipa Tazakwara Shata.
Cool. Nice. I'm almost feeling it.
Me too.
I'm feeling that beat. Turn up my snare. All right. So Na, we got Na out of the way. The next one is Sa. See, what y'all supposed to be doing now is writing them. You're supposed to be writing them, as this gives you the opportunity to write them down. I know you're here. I know you got the paper, but write them down. You should be writing them down like you did your alphabets. All right, as we're going over, I mean, what are you wasting time in class for? Use the time to study and go over them. Y'all got it? All right, so until we finish this. So the next one is I.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, the next one is Sa. The next one is Sa. Sa. Excuse me. The water. The next one is Sa, which comes from the symbol Samak, which is support.
Oh, that's the same.
So what we would do is we would carry our banners around like this and have our flags on here. Like right here, we would have our flags, right? The tribes. You have your banner. See? You have banners for your support. And you have your tribes on those banners. So it's support, Samak. Y'all got it? Huh? Oh, I was like, my stomach? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just scratching myself. Okay, I didn't know it. I was out there. All right. We fucking dig. I'm like, oh. I'm good. No, what's good? So y'all got that, right? Samak. Samak for Sa. Samak, which means what?
Support.
Right. Now you got a sister's name, Samakaya.
Real.
Samakaya, which is support. My support. Right?
That's pretty deep.
My support. You got a sister's name there.
I was just thinking, I was like, man.
Right. We need to start thinking about you, huh?
I'm gonna work for it.
All right.
I gotta work for it.
All right. All right. So the next one, while he's writing that, is I. I. The only feminine letter in Hebrew. So while he's writing I, let's say it. Zion, go.
Abagada Hawaza Khataya Kalamana Sa'aipa.
Stop. It's not wa. It's wa. Abagada Hawa. No. It's wa. Okay, my bad. All right. No, it's like me.
Abagada Hawaza Khataya Kalamana Sa'aipa Tazakwara Shata.
You got it?
Cut.
Abagada Hawaza.
Abagada Hawaza
Khataya Kalamana Sa'aipa.
Kalamana Sa'aipa
Tazakwa Ra Sha Da. You gotta say it together, everybody. Open up your mouth. Ready? Huh? Good. Now you're tired from last night, huh? It was a long Sabbath class last night.
That was that spaghetti.
It was that spaghetti that put y'all to sleep? I didn't eat none of that, man. I would have definitely been out this morning. Ready?
Come.
Abagada Hawaza.
Abagada Hawaza
Khataya Kalamana Sa'aipa.
Kalamana Sa'aipa
Tazakwa Ra Sha Da.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
No, that's
Yeah, that's an eye. And it represents an eye. Your eyeball.
Oh, that's the circle.
Yeah. It represents the eye.
And at the bottom, ayan.
Ayan. That's how you say I is ayan.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You got a sister's name Ayana. Her name is Ayana. My eyes.
God.
Right?
You got good.
I like that.
Oh, I win.
Huh?
Look at him. Hell no. He talking about a Jamaican singer. I win.
Wayne.
I win. I think it's not in the Bible.
Alright. Alright, I. Okay, the next one is pa.
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 Alright, as he writes it. Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya.
Khataya.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Tzakwa rashata. Alright, how do you say cattle? How do you say cattle? No, that's camel. Cattle is what? A lot. Remember, that's for a lot. House is what? How do you say house? Baya.
Baya.
Baya. Remember, that's for the ba.
Baya.
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 Tha. Right. Remember, it's baya tha. So it's baya.
Baya.
No.
Baya.
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 No, baya. Remember.
Baya.
Yeah, remember, you got sha tha. What's the last letter in the Hebrew? Tha. Say it.
Tha.
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 Right. So house is baya.
Baya.
Baya. Yeah. So we're on pa, which is a symbolic, or the symbol meaning for that is mouth, which is pa. Pa.
Pa.
You hear, pa. Right. Pa.
Pa.
Pa is mouth. So some of you can name your rib paya.
Straight up. Disrespect.
Nah, la. Alright, pa. Pa.
Pa.
Pa. Pa. Ready?
God.
Go ahead and lead us, Rhea.
Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya.
Khataya.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Tzakwa rashata.
Tzakwa rashata.
All right.
God.
The next one is, come on, let's get through these. So next week we can go over the training of it.
Come.
All right, so I know we want to get out here too. The next one is Tazah.
Tazah.
What is it, class?
Tazah.
What is it, class?
Tazah.
Say it, class. Tazah. There you go. Tazah.
Say what you said.
All right, we got nothing for Tazah yet. Tazah. Why he writes it? Zion.
Yes, sir. Abagada hawaza. Khataya. Kalamana sa'aipa. Tzakwa rashata.
Ready? Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya.
Khataya.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Tzakwa rashata.
Tzakwa rashata.
No, that's a
Tazah.
it connects. It connects.
Oh, it's like.
And you did that arm real long. but I guess you're doing them wrong. That's fine. Tazah. Tazah.
Tazah.
Yeah, do it again. Do it again. Do it a little darker. Yeah.
You can more something. You can put more something.
Tazah.
Tazah.
All right, so we got that one. Tazah.
Tazah.
Okay, let's go to the next one, which is Kwa.
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 Right, y'all got that?
Khan.
Y'all got Tazah?
Khan.
All right.
wondering.
So while he writes the next one, who wants to try it? John, you ready to try it?
I'll try that later.
All right, let's go, man. With some power, loud, stand up. Let's go.
Yum yum.
Abagada hawaza khataya kalamana saipa
Tazah?
zakwa rashata.
That's good. That's a good job. You just got to say it a little louder. Right, let's do it again, class. Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya.
Khataya.
Kalamana saipa.
Kalamana saipa.
Tazakwa rashata.
Zakwa rashata.
Tazakwa rashata. Yeah. So you gotta repeat it. The reason why we're here is to go through the motions, just like when you were in school. A B C D E F G. Right? Right? Same thing. Same thing. So y'all gotta repeat it. We're doing this for a reason. For y'all to get it. That way next class we can come in and we can move forward. Alright. So qua. We don't have anything for qua right now. Alright, the next symbol is what?
Ra.
Ra. What is it, class?
Ra.
What is it, class?
Ra.
What is it, class? Ra. Right, Ra. Which the symbol for that is head. Well, the hieroglyphic for that is head. Okay? Which, how do you say head? Ra'ash. Ra'ash is head.
So Ra means head.
Ra comes from Ra'ash, which is head. So when they use this symbol, it looks like a man and then his head.
Right.
Right. So how do you say head in Hebrew?
Ra'ash.
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 Ra'asha, which is Ra'ash. The way you spell it is Ra'asha, but the way you say it is Ra'ash. So you would drop the A at the end. You see that right there? Let them see that. Let them see that. See how I dropped the A?
Come.
Right, but you would say it Ra'ash. Ra'asha. That's how you would spell it. And you would say it Ra'ash.
Ash is what? Fire?
Ra'ash is head.
Come.
Yeah, Ash is fire. Okay, so the next one, y'all got that?
Come.
All right. Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya. Kalamana saipa. Tazakwa ra. Right, so we just finished Ra, so we're at Sha. Right. Which comes from tooth, which is Shan. Tooth, which is Shan. So, no, it's not. It's a shot. So if you look here, you can read me over here. See? There you got tooth. This looks like your tooth, which is shan. Okay, that's where that hieroglyphic comes from. All right, you can fix it back up. Take it. But that's how it looks. That's shan, which is tooth. Y'all got that? Tooth, which is shan. Once we get the alphabets down, then we can go into, we'll go back over the meaning of what some of them are. But also what you're doing is you're learning words too, right? Now you know how to say house, you know how to say cattle, you know how to say camel, door, hook, weapon, hand, palm of hand, water, support, eye, mouth, right, hand, and then tooth. You know how to say those words.
Would it be okay if we had to like make some signs with like some Hebrew words in it? Like, you know how many substitute the English with the Hebrew?
Yeah, we do that all the time. Like you say con all the time. Con means yes or so be it. You know what I mean? Right? You say la means no. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know, once we come in and we can start to be able to substitute those words, y'all be picking them up. I mean, y'all soldiers, y'all brothers in the Hebrew Academy, y'all gonna be here. And then Bria looks like she's probably gonna be here all the time. So, and then you've been here all the time too, so y'all are getting it. You know what I mean? Everybody else is gonna have to play catch up with us. You know what I mean? Because we're moving forward. So after we get this, we're gonna go into the words. Then we're going to breaking down the Our Father prayer. All right. Yeah. Then you know what you know how it's worded in Hebrew and how you're saying the Our Father prayer.
Because you know what I'm noticing is that when you truly understand the alphabet, then you understand the words.
Right.
Because you can't not do this and then be like, because when it comes to saying cattle, well, you got to know what makes the la. You know what I'm saying? So when you're writing it, if you know the
when you write it, that's what we're gonna get to next.
Right.
We're gonna get to writing them next and identifying with the symbol, with the letter, the ancient letters. All right. So the last one is what? Tha. The last one is tha. And, I mean, this is an easy one because tha comes from mark, sign, in, or cross. You know, so when they make you mark on your little on your paperwork, they got that there. But also that represents the a sign or an end. Like the cross represented the end of you. They're crossing you out. That's why they put you on a cross. That's why they put us on crosses. When they during the Greco-Roman Empire, they would sacrifices crucify us on crosses. It meant you're crossed out. That's what it represents. So that's what tha represents, which is thawa. Thawa, which means mark, sign, end, or cross. Mark, sign, end, or cross.
All three words?
That's what it means. It either means a mark, you're marking something, right? It's a sign or end, the end of something, or it's crossing you out.
That's what they use for the railroad, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Thawa.
A lot of the symbols actually have, those that's taking the test, some of them are kind of matched up.
That's what I'm going to. You're bringing them over here, just leave them right here for right now. They need to live right here. All right, just make it simple. Because once you go into the other writing, it's
the Assyrian?
No, not the Assyrian, the other script writing. Because you got two writings in there. Yeah. But we're gonna get we're doing with the common one. So y'all got that, right? So let's say it. Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya.
Khataya.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Zakwa rashata.
Tazakwa rashata.
Tazakwa rashata.
Tazakwa rashata.
Abagada hawaza.
Abagada hawaza.
Khataya.
Khataya.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Kalamana sa'aipa.
Tazakwa rashata. Alright, which tha comes from tawa, which is mark sign in the cross. Y'all got that? Alright. So, like I said, I don't want to bombard y'all, and then we got to get out to the street speaking. So we'll go over next class. Yeah, if y'all are writing them, this would be easy. When you get a chance, get your Hebrew booklet out, and you just write them down. Write the Hebrew alphabet instead of scribbling. You write the Hebrew alphabet. If you got a no, they got the. I was gonna say in your phone, but I don't even think they got the modern online.
They actually have it's called
It's an app, but it's the modern writing.
no, they actually have.
They have the ancient.
Yeah, it's called.
Oh dang, you gotta let me know about that.
I went to go get it on my jacket, and it's called font. It's Hebrew something.
And they got the ancient.
That's how I got the instructions.
Yeah.
Oh, one guy thought this. I did.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, it took me a minute.
That's dope. Okay. All right. So, if that's it, anybody got any questions over the Hebrew or anything? No. All right. Well, let's go ahead and salute everybody online. We thank y'all for yeah. We thank y'all for tuning. It's kind of messed up, but it's all good. We thank y'all for tuning in to us. Remember, we got class Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sabbath morning class. Okay? So, otherwise, let's salute them and say shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, and we'll see y'all Monday. And let's finish up after this goes off. We'll set up the prayers, finish up the prayers.
Shalom.
You want to know why?
You were supposed to be.
Right.